I'm in a groove state of mind. I'm moving all the time. No excuses and no blame. I'm stepping up my game. I'm a groove student, yes I am. With groove, I know I can. Read my master plan. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. Oh, I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. Groove Nation inspires me. The buzz loose and break free. I'm dancing to my dreams. Bursting at the seams. I'm feeling groove-alicious. Groove knows who I am. 'Cause now is my time to have a groove state of mind. I'm grooving. I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving.
All right, everybody, welcome to something annual Groove-A-Thon. I'm Mike Filsame, as many of you know, and we're going to be taking you on a 4-day Groove-A-Thon. These are going to be a light marathons. We're going to be holding them to holding them to about 3 hours a day, maybe 4. So we'll be going from 11 to 2 every day, with the exception that I did have a prior commitment tomorrow to be a guest with Kane Meniscus from 11 to 1. So I'll be taking a half-hour break after that somewhere else, and then starting around 1:30. It may be as late as 2 p.m. And then tomorrow, Thursday, we'll be going about 3 hours. Friday is back to the regular schedule at 11 a.m. from 11 to 2, possibly 11 to 3. And then we're going to do our final day on Monday. Now, if you missed the State of the Groovian that we did 2 weeks ago, that is in the Facebook group. It was a pinned post. You do want to check that out. There was a lot of stuff that was covered, big picture, past, present, and future about Groove, that we tend not to go in on the Groove-A-Thons. The Groove-A-Thons are scheduled more for latest updates on the applications and things like that. So we're gonna jump right in. I'm gonna bring David in here, and I know that we have some admin support there from Donna and Simone for technical support if we're messing anything up to keep us on track. David, how are you, buddy?
I'm good. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to showing everybody here what we created in the past couple of months, some of the latest updates and what's coming in the future. So I'm looking forward to it.
All right. I'm going to just share my screen, but not share it. I'm just going to get it inside of the view. David, let's talk about what we're going to be covering today. So today is scheduled for GroovePages and GrooveBlog. As some of you noticing my new $6 glasses, they came in a variety pack, and I lost my blue ones at the airport today, so we've got these little stylish ones here. As Donna said, I look like a hipster. So we're seeing all you folks popping in here saying hello. Love the templates. Thanks. Not sure what that is. Maybe. No idea. Something new in the templates, David. We're not
the email builder with a bunch of templates.
Did that go live?
Yeah, that went live with the email builder. All of the templates are live.
Oh, so let's talk about my ignorance to that statement. So, folks, I was away for exactly 2 weeks tomorrow. You know, as you know, with COVID over, everybody's getting back to everybody's getting back to live events. So we did ours in Brazil, you know, when we were gone, you know, for about 3 weeks, and I was even supposed to go to ClickBanks in Costa Rica, and then I was only home for about a week, and then I had to fly out for Flight Club, and Flight Club was about 5 days in San Diego, and then I spent the last week in Las Vegas. We saw Donna. I saw a UFC fight on Saturday night. That was at the UFC Fight Week in Vegas, their biggest event of the year. I'm a big UFC fan. Also met with some really, really important people I can't mention because there's going to be some big announcements coming soon. And plus, it has to do with some, you know, with some affiliates and promoters and people like that that are going to be coming on board for us. But all that stuff will be announced. So having said that, I'm looking here at, you know, at my Skype. I've got at least 150 Skype messages to get back to. Had a very, very long flight day last night. Got in around 11 p.m. Totally exhausted, and that's why I'm a little bit zony today. And on top of that, we have a lot of work that needs to be done here with me being gone from the company for 2 weeks. That my communication with everybody is, you know, cool. I'll check back with you when I get back in, and obviously I get back in and jump right into a Groove-A-Thon. So David, you can pop back in and let us know, when did the new emailer go live?
We released the email builder last week, somewhere at the beginning of the week, but we only did an announcement, I believe, towards the end, because there were still a couple of things that we were changing, we were kind of optimizing, and now it's looking pretty good. There are some minor things that we are improving still, but all in all, it looks great. People are sending already emails. I received a couple from our users. Those emails look awesome. So yeah, we did a great job, and you guys are building great emails with that.
And so, David, that is going to be, so today is GroovePages and GrooveBlog and some other updates. Tomorrow is GrooveSell and Groove Affiliate. I would assume Friday we're going to be doing GrooveMail to be able to go over
GrooveMail and GrooveMember on Friday. That's correct. Yeah. So if you would like to guys see the link of the whole schedule, if you go to the groovedigital.com/Groove-A-Thon page, you can also see the video replays if you missed some of these sessions, and also you can see what day, when we start, and everything. I'm going to drop a link into the comments here on YouTube and Facebook, so you can follow that there.
All right. Those of us that bought GrooveDesigner or something like that, we are supposed to get unlimited contacts. How can we tell that this has been taken care of? Donna, I believe that's been taken care of, right?
Not yet. In fact, I was just talking to Anrup about that just 5 minutes ago, about having a display inside the app that tells members what package they have, what their limits are, their contacts, all of that. So it's coming as part of this new internal update that we'll be pushing soon, but it's not done yet.
All right, so you guys will be getting that soon. It's just a matter of us going in and putting the configurations, because we used to have just 2 plans, free and lifetime, and now there's several plans. And so there's a big caveat that we do need to talk about here. And David, maybe we'll talk about that before we actually start demoing the app. In the past, the free account and the lifetime account were pretty much identical, right? Every feature that we went over, for the most part, everybody had. It was just that with the lifetime, you got more bandwidth, you had unlimited domains, and so on and so forth. That's no longer the case. There is changes going to the free accounts that is going to be going into place very, very soon. And now that there's different plans, most of you on here are either free or platinum lifetime, or the new, what's called Premium Plus Lifetime, or some of you are taking different plans. So I think it's important that we jump into that and we go over that. What is going to be no longer available in the free plan. Because, right, David, if we go over GrooveMail and somebody says, oh my goodness, I love those free templates, and they get all excited, the new premium builder is not available for free members. So we're going to show you how you can get access to it. You don't have to be a lifetime. You don't have to get the most expensive plan. Basically, what we've done is we've taken the free plan and we've stripped it down, and then we've made pretty much unlocked the entire application. Pretty much, we'll go over it for just $39.99 a month, which, folks, is just $479.88 a year. And at that point, we give you all of the templates in the system, all of the email templates. You get unlimited domains. And so what are you not getting if you're getting pretty much everything? Well, you're not getting additional contacts. You still get 500 contacts, and then you start paying for contacts as you move up. Having said that, there are some apps as well that you don't get access to in the free, or even in the in what we call the startup, things like GrooveWebinar Automated. And then from there, you start getting, as you move up, how many webinars you get and different things like that. So I think the best thing to do is for us right now to go over what those plans are. And again, they are unofficial, and what that means is some of these things don't take place until we get the programming ready, so you might have access to it. It may go away. We may add a few more features, remove a few more features, but this is as it stands right now, and I think you guys are going to be pretty happy. And then the plans pretty much go up depending on the amount of contacts that you need. So let's jump in on that. We'll share my screen. All right. All right, so folks, what you're seeing right now, and likely for the next couple of weeks, is the premium offer. And this is the one-time offer that if you're inside your dashboard, I don't have it because I'm a paid upgrade, but you'll see the pink upgrade button right here, and that's going to bring you over to basically the one-time offer page. Now, I do need to let you guys know that very soon, we're just working on this because it's going to be based on what Donna just said, your current plans. And it's not to talk technical, but this page is going to be wrapped up in PHP, and it's going to be dynamic based on your plans. And this is going to be the much higher price that's going to be coming very, very soon. So since we haven't been able to make this plan available yet dynamically, you still have an opportunity to get it at a much lower price. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this and I'm going to move this over here to the right. And we're going to take this one here, pop it out, and I'm going to move that to the left. Okay, and let's see. All right, so we have the two pages side by side. And what you're going to notice right here, as we scroll down, is, and keep in mind, on the left side of the page, this is the better plan. This is what people see as the one-time offer when they sign up. What you see on the right is what's going to happen if you skip the one-time offer, okay? So obviously everything on the right is going to be much more expensive because you're passing on the one-time offer when you sign up. So let's also talk about here. Let me just open this up. I'm going to go to Groove.cm. I'm going to let that. Oh, there we are. Can you guys hear me,
Hey.
David? Can you give me a thumbs up? I feel like I froze.
You did freeze, Mike. We didn't hear you for a little bit. You're back now, though.
All right. Yeah, I keep seeing it go in and out.
Yeah.
It's strange. I think that it's on my end, so I don't want to jump in, but there's something wrong with your connection, Mike. It seems to go in and out constantly.
Something wrong with my connection.
Yeah, your camera is looking a little under definition too. So.
All right, bear with me just 1 second. Let me just check my speed test. I'm just on another page over here that I'm not sharing my screen. I just want to see my speed test. I'm still here, just waiting for that to start up. Well, my speed is lightning fast, so maybe that was just something temporary. I'm at 100 megabits download, just waiting to see the upload speed. My upload is 30 megabits.
Your camera looks better now, so maybe it was just a temporary thing. You're good.
All right. Yeah, it looks like we just had a little problem there with. Ooh, this isn't good. You see that, Donna?
I do.
A sign up form. Maybe that was my connection.
I think it was.
All right. Yeah. So we're having a bad connection. All right. Let's hit that reset button and action. Okay. Here we go. So when a user signs up for free, they're actually getting 30 days free of the startup plan. All right. Or modified version of the startup plan. Little things that we don't give them is the ability to export their data. And then so it's known as startup free. And then the actual startup paid actually allows them to, export their data. But having said that, I also over here have these plans here that I'm going to go over as well. And so let me zoom this page in so that we can show what happens here. Let's go to 150%. And so if you're a free member, this is what you used to get. And now all the way over here, all the way to the right, you're seeing the Platinum Lifetime, the different prices that people paid for that. That pretty much gave everything. And then there's the one above that, which is a higher price. And that's Premium Plus Lifetime. And those of you that had Platinum Lifetime and bought the GrooveDesigner Pro were actually upgraded to Premium Plus Lifetime. The only difference was that you got more leads. You got unlimited leads from 30,000. But let's go back to the free here. And notice that when a user signs up for Groove, they get the startup version for free. And that's free for 30 days. And that allows us to advertise here, unlimited domains, email their marketing contacts, pretty much it shows the entire apps with all of the templates and the email templates and everything. Because we do want people to see the app in a way that benefits the demonstration of the app. If we bring them in on the free legacy, they're not going to be able to experience the app. And if they can't experience the app and see what it does, they're going to be less likely to upgrade. So we give them basically a free 30-day trial to start up, no credit card required ever. And then after that, they drop down to here. Okay. Now, the free legacy, this column here is for us to document what users used to get when they signed up as a free user in the system. And then this is the change that they're going to get. Now, the people that sign up free for 30 days starting now will get dropped down to this. And what that means is this is even less than the old free members are getting, because we don't, there are certain things that we wanted to do to the to the old legacy members that we didn't want to, we didn't want to hurt them with. All right. So you're not getting as hard of a drop as new members that are signing up right now. And as you can see, one example of that is we only give one custom domain now to users that signed up, that just signed up. Free legacy users got 3, and they're going to continue to get 3. We're not dropping you down to 1. So in that case, legacy users do get a couple of advantages over people that are signing up now, but not completely. Now, David, do we have a URL for this that I know that we shared with everyone? I'll drop it to you in Skype.
Yeah, I'll drop it in the comments there.
Oh, you still have it. Okay, cool. All right. So let's take a look at this. Free legacy members used to get 500 contacts. We're not changing that. And people that just signed up gets 500 contacts as well, as you can see. Monthly sends are the same across all the boards right here. The free legacy members never got the premium email builder. If that did go live for you, that will be going away. As you can see, that new builder that we're going to be demonstrating, that you might even see right now inside, is only available for paid members. So as you can see, people that sign up for free do get it for 30 days. There's a yes here, but then that drops to a no. But if they pay just the startup paid plan, it's just $479 a year, and they get yes. You can see you start unlocking a lot of stuff here in the start. Now, the professional email builder also comes with almost 1,000 templates. You do get access to that when you're a paid member, but free users will not be having access to that. In terms of importing leads, that's a no. You can't import leads at any point until you start paying. Basically, columns F and on are paid plans, and then you can import your leads. Now, I want to comment here on importing leads, just so that everybody is aware. And David, is this a new thing they're showing here in StreamYard, that you can put me in the bottom left corner? I don't remember ever seeing that option, or was it always there?
This is a new layout that they added fairly recently.
I like that. I like that because in the past it had to be like this, right?
Yeah,
and that made the screen
smaller.
smaller. Yeah, so this makes sense. So note for GrooveStream as well.
Yeah.
All right. So and let me make this a little bit bigger. I'm sure that it'll only help if I make this a little bit bigger, especially since we're focusing on these areas here. All right. We were talking about importing leads. Now, folks, we are very, very, very serious about it's going to be difficult for you to import leads the same way it is in Kartra or ActiveCampaign or MailChimp. What that means is you're going to have to jump through some hoops to actually show us that these leads belong in your Aweber account, that you have you have the IP address of each person when they opted in, you have the date stamp of when they opted in, that you have a paid account. In some cases, we might even require you to log in to your account and do a little Loom video to show us that these leads are actually in an account that you own. And you should be very excited about that. You should be excited that we're doing that, because that protects the integrity of the Groove email platform. At the same time, the integrity of the email platform means that we're going to have better deliverability and, keep close to that 100% deliverability, 99.99% deliverability, because what we're not going to allow is for you to go out and get co-opted leads or buying leads. It's so easy to go out and buy leads, and you could get, you could probably buy 500,000 leads for as little as $1,000. If those leads, even have all of the data and IP addresses and all these things, and they're 5, they're 6, they're 7 years old, they're just junk leads, if you cannot prove to us and show us that they actually opted into your landing pages, they don't come into the system. That's number one. Number two is we run your leads through two different technologies. One, and this stuff is very, very expensive to us, extremely expensive to us. You know, it could, if you're importing, let's say 100,000 leads, it could cost us about $150 to $250 just to clean your leads. And we do that for the protection of our system. And so what we do is we run it through a company like Bright Verify. And what that does is it makes sure that the email address is clean, that it actually, we send a little ping and we make sure that we get, yes, that can receive an email. If it's a soft bounce or a hard bounce, those leads are not going to go through. And then finally, we remove certain domains. We don't allow .govs, believe it or not. Let's face it, there's nobody in the government that you should be emailing or sending any marketing information to. Even if they gave you their email address, we're just not going to let it go through the system. And then finally, there are emails that most companies don't do this, but we do. There's another company that checks the score of an email address. Now, I'm not going to have you put one in the chat and blow everything up, but I know that if I asked you, do you guys have email addresses that are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, right? You have different levels of your email addresses when you opt in. One is the one that you try to keep as little information as you can to it. Things that you buy from, you know, from Amazon. And then after that, you might even have a marketing email. Then you might have a junk, I don't even want to call it a junk email. It's just something, it's a Gmail address that you've had, you know, MikePhilSame67093@gmail.com that you've had for 5, 6, 7 years. Then you've got your Yahoo email address. Then you've got your AOL email address. And sometimes, depending on where you are at an opt-in form, and you're like, I don't even trust this site, but they're saying they're giving me something for free. I don't want to get emails from them. I'm just going to put in this old sign-and-drive@AOL.com email address that I have, that I've had since 1998, now almost 25 years, right? And here's the thing. I never open those emails. I probably haven't logged in 5, 6 years, but those email addresses still exist. So there's a scoring system that's used to find out if people are using emails. Believe it or not, that information comes from the ISPs, and the ISPs like Gmail and Yahoo will actually report to these companies to say, hey, this user hasn't logged in, or they don't even open their email addresses. And guess what Gmail doesn't want? They don't want to store, because remember, they give free emails. Everything is archived. You don't delete. So the fact that an email address exists, but the user hasn't logged in 2 years, Gmail has a responsibility to still deliver email to that inbox because that's their service. But if somebody is not logging in, number one, or not opening their email or logging in on a daily basis, those accounts are scored very, very bad. So here's why I'm giving you all of this stuff. Hopefully, we'll clip this out and we'll put it into our tutorials when it says, how come I imported 50,000 leads, but only 13,000 leads were accepted? Well, your lead scored bad. And that's it. Folks, we have to remember, when you start hearing that your open rates are 8% or 13%, let's use your open rates are at 20%. And let's say over the last year, you have 100,000 leads, but only 21,000 of those leads ever even opened up your email address. Well, at that point, you have 80,000 leads that are just completely dead. They're going to those dead boxes. What we do is we check to see if you're mailing those people, and we don't even allow them in on the import. Other than that, it's just a waste for you for the amount of contacts you're paying for, and it's a waste on Gmail servers because it's just a dead email address, and it's a waste for our servers, our bandwidth. And I think that you should all be happy about that. It's basically a cleaning of your list. We ask you to clean your list. We actually when you go into ActiveCampaign or MailChimp, do a report that says only show me people that have opened an email in the last 90 days. And those are really the only leads we want you to import. We don't want you importing leads of people that you've had for 11 years that have not opened your emails in 4 years. It's just a waste of everybody's time. All right, we have a question here. What if I'm importing a client list, meaning, thank you, David, meaning paid, they are customers. Will it go through the same security? Yes, it's the same thing. The bottom line is if the email address is just not open, look, you have to look at it like this. The way YouTube changed their algorithm about 4 years ago, and everybody got all upset. You used to get an email and a notification every single time you subscribe to somebody, and then it would show up in your feed. And then one day Google realized, just because you subscribe to that guy 7 years ago, and he had a very, very strange site on, whatever, something in the animal kingdom, and you hit the subscribe button. The bottom line is they keep feeding you the videos and you haven't watched another video from that person. Look at that as almost like a paid customer. You might have somebody that's a paid customer of yours, but they've checked out. They're not in real estate anymore. They've just given up. And if that person is not engaging in your emails, then they're not going to come into our system. And so the important thing is that what you want to do in any system that you have them in right now, you want to be able to do a reactivation campaign. You want to be able to send those people, and you could just Google, reactivation campaigns, try to re-engage them with a particular subject line that gets them to re-opt in and tell them, hey, I'm moving my list. And if you don't click this link, and that could be a subject line. If you don't click this link, I'm not importing you, that type of stuff. If not, then they're just not people that want to hear from you. And don't look at it in a way that's bad for you, right? This is actually going to be better because higher open rates are going to allow you to be on the better servers with us. What you have to realize, look at it from your point of view. How many people did you buy something from? And maybe you don't understand this expression that I'm about to say. You bought something from the Warrior Forum special offer or a JVZoo offer in 2015. And it was a software, and it did something in video, and that person's just emailing you every single day. And you don't even know who that person is. You wouldn't recognize their name. If that person said, hey, how come you're not letting me import this user? You'd be like, hey, I don't even want to hear from you anymore. So that's enough on that. We're going to go back and talk about exporting data now. All right. Free legacy users, you can export your data. But now, so you better do that because we are going to be taking that ability away. And even again, only paid users on forward going across here are allowed to export their data. Next, what's going to happen with GroovePages? I don't know. Is there a way to lock this up here? I don't know how to do that. So we're just going to have to.
There is a way to freeze it. If you select the first row, you click on the number 1 there. And if you go to view, no. If you just click on the number 1 on here, and there is a freeze and then a row, 1 row.
Just like that.
Yeah.
There we go. Thank you, David. Okay, so we're now moving on to GroovePages. And with GroovePages, we're going to be talking about your number of domains. We promised you folks 3 when you signed up, so you're going to be able to keep your free if you signed up, before somewhere around March 1st. The new free users only get 1. Okay. And as you can see here, any paid plan will be unlimited here, all the way across the board. Now, this folk here is really, really important, and we're going to start going through a little bit quicker here. Access to the templates. The The free legacy plan, actually you did, we went back and forth on this. We gave you about 25 templates, but the bottom line is we are removing all of the templates coming soon. Like I said, as soon as we get the membership plans up that I'm going to show you the different prices, you're going to lose access to all of the templates. So what does that mean? Let's zoom this in a little bit as well. Okay, so when you click on new site here, and you see all of these templates that you see here, what you're going to be able to do is bring any of these templates onto the canvas, and you're going to be able to edit them. You just won't be able to publish them live. It'll say this template is only available for paid users, and at that point, you're going to have to upgrade. So what will it actually look like? What it means is you'll only be able to start with a blank template. So that means that you're going to start like this, and you'll have access to the blocks, and you'll be able to build your own websites by dragging the blocks onto the canvas, but you won't have the pre-designed templates and pre-designed funnels. All right. And again, we think this is good for free users. We do allow you access to all of the templates, at least for 30 days. But after that, you lose access to the templates. You will be able to pull them onto the canvas, but when you go to publish, it'll say you need to upgrade. All right. But if you design a blank template and drag the blocks over, well, at that point, no problem. You can publish as many pages as you like onto one domain. And let's go back here. Okay. So you are going to be losing access to the templates. Again, you will be able to see them. You will be able to put them onto the canvas. You will be able to design it to see if you like it. And then when you go to publish it, you have to at least become a startup customer for $39.99 a month to publish any of those templates. All right. Now we're also going to be giving you, if you're a legacy user, unlimited pages, but new users are only going to be getting 25 pages to that one domain. Again, after that, any paid customer moving on here from the black startup all the way over is unlimited number of domains and unlimited number of pages, access to all of the templates, the grab and go builder that we're going to be talking about soon, all of those different things. Again, at this point, we're doing a very, very strong push to get people to pay the minimum of $39.99 a month to be able to access everything in the system. And I think that's something that, you know, we went over with the team here. Everybody on the team realized it's best for us to be able to serve the customers with premium support and all these different things if they're at least paying us $39.99 a month. Now, we also realize if somebody is not willing to pay us $39.99 a month and get unlimited hosting and all those different things, at that point, that user has probably made a decision never to make a payment to us ever. And at that point, we're happy to give them the limited service, but we can't show them all the love and give them all the features that paid customers are. And I think you paid customers are saying, yeah, that's right. We think that's fair, especially for $39 a month. All right, so moving on. Here, this is very, very important here as well. And that's these integrations. Right now, you get integrations. You're going to be losing access to integration. So the first thing I want to say is if you've done any integrations that are currently standing, they will continue to work, and they won't go away. But if you go to add any integrations, even if you've already connected Zapier and you've connected 5 integrations, you won't be able to connect the 6th. We're basically removing access to the integrations. Now, the way many of these things are going to work is you are going to see the integrations because we want a free user to see, oh, it does integrate with this particular app. So we're going to allow you to go in, connect the integration, put in your API key, save, and then it's going to say activate. And when you click activate, it's going to say this is available for paid plans only, and you'll have to pay the $39.99 a month annually at $479 in order to make that work. So nothing's going to be hidden. Nothing will be like, oh, wow, I guess it doesn't have any integrations. You're going to see it, but you simply just won't be able to integrate with any third party. Now, I believe there was something in GrooveMail. Let me just see here. I think we put it somewhere else. I'll get back to it. And that has to do with custom embeds, which is over here. The next is sharing pages. Right now, you can take a web page and share it with other users. You'll no longer be able to do that. And one of the reasons why that is because if you have a free account for 30 days, right? If it's free for 30 days, we don't want you then creating 10 free accounts and then sharing that account with the template to 10 different websites. Basically, what I'm saying is we don't want you to be able to have access to one account that is sharing templates with 10 other free accounts. And that's why even as you see here, startup free, it says share pages and funnels. No, not until you're a paid user. We're making it impossible for anybody to just say, well, then I'll just have 10 free accounts. No, it's not going to work that way. No accounts are going to have access to the templates. All right. Can you import funnels? So what does that mean? If somebody shares a page with you, yes, you can absolutely do that. The reason why we want to do that is we want you to reach your capacity. So if you already have a domain set up and somebody shares a funnel with you and you want to use it with another domain, well, you're only going to have one custom domain anyway. So of course, we want you to have the ability to import so that you can now upgrade as well. Free members are going to have branding on their sites here, as you can see. This is supposed to be yes. So let me change this here. All right. So you have branding on all of your pages saying this site was designed by GroovePages, and then there's no branding going all the way across. And now, folks, here's another one that is very, very important. Custom embeds. So we are no longer allowing custom embeds to be on your pages for third party. What that means is at any point you want to drag in some third party opt-in form from MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, or a checkout page from a third party system and use GroovePages, but use the checkout with PayPal or something like that, or a third party, it's not going to be able to do that. So you just cannot do custom embeds, period, the end. The free legacy, you currently have that, but the word change right here, as you can see, the free legacy is going to change to you're losing the custom embeds. The same for people that are just signing up right now with the free light plan. However, any of the paid plans do get custom embeds, which means if you wanted to use a third-party email platform other than Groove because you happen to use MailChimp and you like it, or you're using Aweber and you just like it, well, in that case, if you're a paid customer, then you could use any other third-party service out there. But free members won't be able to. All right, so moving on. This here is very, very important as well. Free legacy, your store fee used to be 0% on all sales. That is now moving to 10% on top of your gateway fee. So if you're paying 3% to PayPal, you'll pay 3% to PayPal and 10% to us. So you are moving from that. So if you're currently using GrooveSell and selling products, and you're a free customer, we are going to start charging sorry about that. Do you guys still hear me? Because my cell phone picked up and it might have taken over my speakers. Okay, great. Bottom line is free users, you're going to a 10% store fee. Now, the store fee for startup, which is the lowest plan at $39.99 a month, will be 5%. And then after that, the creator plan on up, there is no store fees after that. So if you want to eliminate all store fees, at this point, you want to move to at least the creator plan. And the creator plan that you can get access to right now is the same price as the startup, because as I said, we haven't, we still have the one-time offer plans available for everybody. We're going to go over that in just a minute. Now, in terms of the gateways, we have many gateways. We have gateways like GroovePay, Stripe, and PayPal. There is also Authorize.net, NMI, and Braintree. Right now, free users have access to all of them. And if you're already connected, don't worry, we're not going to break it. But we're moving free users only to GroovePay, Stripe, and PayPal. And the reason why that is that allows us to take our 10% fee automatically with those gateways. We can't do that with Authorize.net and NMI. However, once you move to any paid plan, which is startup, so let's just put startup paid. This will make a little bit more sense. Any of the paid plans, let me just change this color here as well. Let's just make that okay. So the startup is basically this beige and moving up. Everything from here, from B to E is some sort of version of free. So the paid plans start right here. Okay. GrooveKart, currently you're not paying any store fee. Okay. Free legacy. We're moving that to 10%. And that'll be the same here for the light version as well. Now, when you're a paid customer, you'll pay 5% at startup, but then the creator plan, which is really where we're trying to push people, especially that's the best plan that you at least want to take care of access today if you're a free user. And then I'm going to show you what the difference between creator and pro and all that stuff is in just a minute on a page that's a little easier to explain. But as you see right here, creator on up, you pay no store fees in both GrooveSell, none, and GrooveKart, none. All right. So now let's move on. We're gonna pretty much wrap this up at this. We're gonna go to GrooveMember. Currently, you guys were given unlimited memberships and unlimited access levels and unlimited courses. That is going away. So you currently are going to be moved down to one GrooveMember membership with one access level. So what is an access level? Well, if you have free, silver, gold, and platinum, you'll only be able to use one of them. So if you make a free level, well, then you can't have a paid level. Or if you have silver, that's all you'll be able to have. You won't be able to have silver, gold, platinum, and different levels. And that is the same as well here. We're going to be moving you to that. Anybody that signs up with that. Now, if you're a startup paid user, you will get 3 memberships. You'll get unlimited courses, but you will only get 3 memberships. David, we should probably just put that here as well. So let me just put a little row here. Insert one row below. We should probably say number of courses. And this right here will be unlimited, unlimited, unlimited. And I have to change the colors here. I'm messing it up, but it'll be unlimited all the way across the board. So we don't mind you having unlimited number of courses. It's the memberships that manage the courses. So we'll go in there and we'll tighten that up and clean up the colors and everything as well. So having said that, just to recap again, if you're a paid user, you get 3 memberships for both startup, creator, and Creator Plus. And once you get into the Pro, you get unlimited number of memberships. David, when are we doing GrooveMember? Is that on Monday?
GrooveMember and GrooveMail is on Friday. And we have some very good stuff to show you guys. And also you, Mike.
My headphones.
You may have not seen it.
Not hearing anything. Stand by.
All right. Yeah. So Friday is GrooveMail, and for GrooveMember we have some cool stuff to show everyone. I
Give me a
won't
minute.
give it away, but it will be cool.
All right, David, I should be able to hear you now.
All right, test.
Yes, I hear you. You know what happens is, when somebody calls you like on your phone,
Yeah.
and then my phone is saying you have a call coming in, and I hit the off button. At that point, my headphones went there, and so if you were saying anything before, David, in the last 10 minutes, I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, so the my answer was that we're doing GrooveMember on Friday. We're going to cover something that you may have not seen yet, which is pretty cool. So I'm
The new
looking forward
templates
to it.
that Debarshi said, I haven't seen them. Is that it? The new templates?
I don't know. We'll see on Friday.
Yes, I did see Debarshi tell me he was going to be sending me a video. I haven't seen that out yet. So yes, in fact, we'll probably, David, will probably only be giving access to one template. So let's just do that here as well. I'm making more work for the team, but number of templates. Okay, whoops, come on. And that will be one, and then this will be unlimited, or as many as we have all the way across the board. So currently we have one template, but we have a surprise coming out for you guys coming soon. So David, I know you and I have an actor that has been reaching out to us. He wanted some help on GrooveMember. Do you know who I'm talking about? He was an actor on X-Files. we had an actor that's been on many television shows like CSI and the Law and Orders, I believe, and he might even be on here now, I believe, X-Files and ER, different things like that. And he's using GrooveMember. And I had a long conversation with him in text, but I realized it's going to be easier for David and I. And David, maybe we'll invite him on Monday to come in onto the stream on Friday to come in temporarily on the screen, and maybe we'll show him. We'll do a look over my shoulder with him. So we'll talk about that later. We'll see if we can get him an invite to the stream, and we'll actually build out the framework for his membership as we teach him, so we can wrap up that call that we need to do with him in the Groove-A-Thon, and we can show him and introduce him to all the members. Okay, so on Friday, when we get to GrooveMember, we're going to talk about the hierarchy of what are portals, what are memberships, how memberships wrap up different courses, and then how they work with access levels, and then how you design them with themes. So that's coming on Friday, and a lot of new stuff that's coming up. Most of this stuff was conceptual the last time that we did a Groove-A-Thon, because GrooveMember 2.0 was still in beta, and we still had GrooveMember 1.0. 1.0 has been removed from the system. In terms of creating new membership, you still have access if you built on it. We highly encourage you to move over to the new GrooveMember 2.0. It's, in my opinion, at this point, the best membership site platform out there, bar none. Teachable, Thinkific, Kajabi, anything on WordPress. We think that ours is the most logical. And as we're putting out new themes, you can't build a better membership system with it. And David, I think that we also have some type of progress bar or something along the lines like that coming soon as well.
I have no clue. I think we'll need to wait for Friday.
I like your attitude here today. All right. So bottom line is, folks, you'll get one membership level with one access level. And then when you're paid, you get 3 membership levels. 3 memberships with unlimited access levels, and then you got to go to Pro to get unlimited. All right, GrooveBlog. Right now, you have unlimited blogs because that's the way the system was. As we said, it was just the lifetime was just about getting you unlimited domains and all that. It's changing completely. So right now, you're going to be moving down to one GrooveBlog. Now, we've already said this. If we will not strip you down from anything that you have, but if you've already built more than one, we're just not going to allow you to build out anymore. New users are getting just one blog. You get unlimited blogs here once you're a paid user. So again, we're trying to give you all the value for just $39.99 a month. We think we're seeing that here. All right, GrooveVideo. You used to get unlimited videos. Not sure why this says 1. This is supposed to be 5. Okay, so you're going to be only allowed 5 videos on the system. And then when you're a startup user, you get 25 videos, creator gets 50, and pro gets unlimited. And now this is where certain apps you don't have access to, and this is subject to change because we're not listing any of the apps that are in development, like Groove Desk and Groove Calendar and Groove Quiz and Groove Survey and Groove Funnel Mapping and all those different things. You can pretty much expect that if you're a free user, you won't be getting access to any of those, or it's going to be extremely limited. But now that Groove Webinars, the automated webinar, is active, let's talk about what you get. So right now, you were able to do unlimited automated webinars. That is going to be moving to none. So Groove Webinars Automated is not available to free users. And if you're a paid user, well, you get 3 automated webinars. Okay, Creator gives you 3 as well. The Pro versions give you 20. And when you get to Premium, and then any lifetime or legacy lifetime is unlimited. And you can still get lifetime. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. All right, so here's some important things, and we're going to wrap up in just a second here. You got third-party email. Currently, you can get third-party email, meaning you can do custom embeds, put them on. You can put opt-in forms on your blog for MailChimp, Aweber. That is going away. What this means is you will not be able to capture leads at all into third-party systems as a free member, but you will be able to capture leads with Groove Mail. And again, Groove Mail only gives you 500 contacts, and that's why as a paid user, you'll be getting more contacts as you go forward. As you can see here, once you're paid, you get unlimited third-party email opt-in forms, but you pay a lot more money to email with other platforms than you do with Groove, so you might as well stop paying the other folks a lot more money for leads when Groove Mail's email plans are a lot cheaper. As we said before, we used to give access to all of our integrations. Free users will no longer be able to integrate with any third parties. You'll be able to see them. You'll be able to connect them. You just won't be able to activate them. Once you're paid, you do have that. And so now let's talk about the commission program. Free users get, at any level free, get paid 20% commission. And the second tier is 0. That's the typical startup butterfly marketing. The paid user, the first plan of startup paid is 20%, nothing on tier 2. The creator gets paid 30%, nothing on tier 2. The pro user gets 40% and nothing on tier 2. And then the premium plus lifetime, and the platinum lifetime, all of those get paid 40% on tier 1 and 10% on tier 2. And finally here, this is a white label of Click Designs. I believe most of you saw it. If you're on here, that means you engage with us. You can go to GrooveDesignerPro.com to check that out. And that is not available without purchase separately. Free legacy users all the way across the board. Nobody gets access to that. That's a white label to another software. However, premium plus lifetime, yes, that was included. If you buy the Premium Plus Lifetime, we threw that in for you and we paid for that for you for lifetime access. And if you did buy it for $497, then you were upgraded from Premium Plus, from Platinum Plus, from Platinum Lifetime, which gave you 30,000 contacts. If you did buy GrooveDesigner Pro and you were a Platinum customer, then you got upgraded to Premium Plus Lifetime, which gave you unlimited leads. All right, so that is everything in terms of the spreadsheet, which I see about 20 of you are actually in the spreadsheet here. I'm going to open up the different plans here again. All right. So again, on the left side of the page here, you're seeing the one-time offer. And then on the right side of the page, this is what happens when people skip the one-time offer. And keep in mind, free users and every single person that is not a paid user right now. This plan that's on the right is going to be going live sometime during the Groove-A-Thon over the next few days. This page is going to be turned into memberplans.php, and your current plan is going to be dynamic. And as soon as that goes live, when you log into the dashboard, you're only going to have access to this much more expensive plan that you're seeing on the right. Currently, because we don't have the technology done yet, Anrup is working on it. That means that you can go back, log into the system, click on the upgrade button and see the one-time offer. So technically, it is not a one-time offer. Technically, it is it's an extended one-time offer because we haven't been able to raise the prices yet, because now that we have multiple plans, we have to design something that says this is your current plan, or this is your current plan, and then this will say downgrade, and then everything else will say upgrade. All right, so let's take a look at what happens. Right now, free members are going to be told, this is your current plan, as you see here. As I just said, what you get access to. No, you don't get this. No, you don't get the premium email builder as well. And as you can see on the left side here, let me see if I blow this up, if that actually helps. No, I think it's just better like this. Okay. When somebody signs up for free, remember, for 30 days, they get access to the startup plan. But then after 30 days, free plan expires after 30 days. So essentially what you're seeing here, all of this stuff here, and all of this is basically the free, or what I just said, you free members that had a legacy account are being downgraded to, as that I went across that spreadsheet. So now let's talk about what you can actually pay now and what's going to happen when this stuff over here kicks into place. So currently, on the one-time offer page you're seeing here, and this is what's going to happen later. So the one-time offer page is saying that the creator plan for 5,000 contacts will cost you $149 a month later. And right now you could get it for $42 a month when paid annually at $497. Okay. Now, here, if you want the startup plan, this is what's going to happen later when we activate this. This one-time offer goes away, and you'll pay $39.99 a month or $479 a year, and you're getting the startup, which is less than the creator. Basically, what you're getting is 500 contacts. So here's in a nutshell. This is it in a nutshell. If you're a free user and you sign up for the creator plan today, you're going to pay $497 a year and you get 10,000 contacts. If you wait, well, instead of getting 10,000 contacts, when this goes live in a couple of days, this page will go away and you'll only get 500 contacts to grow your business, and you'll still pay $479 a year. Okay. Now, let's take a look at what happens to the creator program if you don't take it today. Well, you're going to go from 10,000 contacts and paying $497 a year to 5,000 contacts and paying $497 every 6 months. So understand that if you get access to this today, that's great. If you decide to wait, you are going to pay double the price for creator, double the price, because it's $497 every 6 months instead of $497 a year. And you're going to lose half the contacts. You're going to go from 5,000 contacts, 10,000 contacts to 5,000 contacts. All right. So my advice to you right now, the very best thing that you can do is click on that pink upgrade button inside the site. And for just $497 a year, you'll be able to get 10,000 contacts. If you wait, then you're going to pay $497 every 6 months. We double the price for half the contacts. Moving on now to the next plan, which is the Pro Plus, which is a one-time offer versus just Pro. Okay, so the Pro Plus is 60,000 contacts as opposed to Pro, which is just 30,000 contacts. So we double your contacts in the Pro Plus. Again, the price for the Pro Plus is $497 every 6 months. It's going to go to $497 3 times a year. So your annual cost is $1,491 as opposed to $994. So it's $500 more if you don't take this today, and you'll get half the contacts, 30,000 instead of 60,000. Now, moving on is Premium Plus, which you have access today, and just Premium. The Premium is going to cost you $497 every 3 months, where here it's just $297 every 3 months. So the differences here, equated monthly, is $166 as opposed to just $99. Now, if you want to just pay this monthly later, on the right option, if you don't want to pay $497 every 3 months, you can just pay regular $299. Whoops, this is supposed to be, David, can you take a note? Lucius was supposed to put per month here. All right. This is $299 a month. That needs to change, just as it says right here, that the price will later be $299 a month. Or you could pay just $99 a month today. Guys, this is a great deal. Premium Plus, you pay the $99 a month. The way it works is you pay us just $297 every 3 months. And that gives you 100,000 contacts. And it, as you can see, you get the double the commissions of 40%. We pay you on tier 2. You get the GrooveWebinar automated. This is actually the best deal that's available, the Premium Plus. You get 100,000 contacts at just $99 a month. If you skip on this, as I said, at any moment, as soon as Unroop gets this ready, this upgrade is no longer, because this is the one-time offer that you still have access to, because we haven't been able to do the technology. Once that's done, this $99 a month option is going to go to $166 a month, which is basically $497 every 3 months instead of $297 every 3 months. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, and then you only go down to 50,000 contacts. Now, remember, we still have the lifetime plan available as well. Let's take a look at what that looks like. So right now, you have Premium Plus Lifetime. If you're a free member, that includes GrooveDesigner Pro as well. And if you bought GrooveDesigner Pro and you were a Platinum member, we upgraded you to this. Now, what's the difference here between Premium Plus Lifetime paid later versus the one-time offer special? The other thing, David, if you can tell Lucius to remove this sign-up special here. This is no longer the one-time offer. This is the more expensive evergreen price. So he needs to just remove this on the member plans. He needs to remove the one-time offer. All right. So this right now, any of you can get access to for just $2,497. That's it. It's a lifetime purchase. You own it for life. As we said before, you'll never make another payment to us or anyone else ever again to run your online business. We'll include all future apps and includes GrooveDesigner Pro as well. And currently, right now, you could get access for just 3 payments of $997. If if you decide to wait and you don't take this, and once we activate the member plans, as we said, this is a one-time offer. You shouldn't be seeing this because you've already skipped any option when you signed up. So you do see that when you log in and click that pink upgrade button. Here's what you need to do. Do this now because the price of this will go up to $29.97. It's $500 more, or $1,000 more on the payment plan of 4 payments of $997. This is, let me see if I can show this here. Yvonne Robinson Jackson says, guys, if you are in business, you should always want the lifetime. No stingy energy, no stingy pocket there. Thank you very much, Yvonne. So, and if you guys are wondering why we bought the lifetime back, well, obviously the price is a little bit more than it was in the past, but talking with some of our most respected members, people like Roland Frazier from Digital Marketer, he told us, based on what he knows from consulting other SaaS companies, that if we were getting a lifetime value of a customer between $24.97 and $4,000, that we were absolutely crazy to take that option away, because that creates a very, very healthy business for cash flow, because most lifetime values of SaaS companies are under $1,500, and it takes them 2 years to get that. And to be able to get that in day one does an amazing job for a company like us, for our advertising and for our affiliates, which is something that helped us grow to an incredible company. So now, as you can see, we have the best of both worlds. We have something for everyone. We have a very, very limited free light plan, which is essentially slightly better than a sandbox version. It's because you can actually publish a site, but it's limited. It doesn't integrate, doesn't allow you third parties email. You don't get access to our templates, our premium email builder. It gets you and you get to see it. But then from there, I'm going to close the member plans because this is the more expensive stuff right here. Okay. I'm going to move this back into this tab here. We're going to make this bigger. And we're just going to go through it one more time. There's a new video here. Explains everything. This right here is what people get for 30 days. But after that, they get dropped down to a very, very stripped down version of the light. At this point, we want to get you guys at least upgrading. And as you can see here, the plans start at $497 a year, especially with the one-time offer, and you get 10,000 contacts. Next plan is $497 twice a year for 60,000 contacts. After that, it's just $297 every 3 months, which equates to $99 a month. Gets you 100,000 contacts. The Premium Plus, obviously the best plan. And then you can even do a lifetime version of that at $24.97 or 3 payments of $997. And then as you can see here, you have your no thanks, which basically says, no, I'm not interested. I'm happy to pay much more later. All right, so David, I'm going to close that up and I'm going to go back to our dashboard and we're going to jump in. I think that's an hour and 15 minutes. And we're going to jump in and we're going to start talking about GroovePages and the new GroovePages 2.0, which I do have loaded here on the test server pre-lined up. All right, David, is there, we went over a lot there. Were there any questions that I see Kevin here, Kevin Jacobson says, I bought the lifetime way back and upgraded to the unlimited contacts with the GrooveDesigner Pro. Best decision I've ever made for my business. Kevin, I absolutely agree. I was like a kid in a candy shop when I saw GrooveDesigner Pro. I'm so happy that we were able to put that in GrooveDesigner Pro and Groove Lifetime. You're the man. I mean, you know, you see more and more coming out. I'm so glad that you're on these Groove-A-Thons here for us, Kevin, as you get to see the app just improving and improving. And unfortunately, on the Groove-A-Thons, we only talk about what is going on with the apps. Oops, sorry about that. But guys, go back and watch the State of the Groove In. We're doing some incredible things in Brazil. We're exploding into the Latin American market and the Spanish-speaking market. We have some incredible strategic partnerships that are coming up. Just exciting stuff. Some of them we're gonna have to wait to announce because they're just big. We know that ClickFunnels is making a really big deal about their 2.0. I'm happy for them. There'll be Coke and Pepsi, and I think it's going to be us and ClickFunnels, and I don't think there'll be anybody else that'll be able to compete once everybody sees what we do. I see two things with ClickFunnels. One, it's a new platform, so they're going to have growing pain. They're going to be going through some teething, just like we did 2 years ago. So in my opinion, I think we're 2 years ahead of them. I don't think there'll be a single thing that they do that we don't do. And I think that everything that they do, we do twice as good. So when you, if you were to look down at the page builder, they'll have 10 things, we'll have 50. If you look at what they can do with their products, they'll have 10 things, we'll have 100. The affiliate program, everything, we have just more complexity. The difference is we're trying to keep it as simple as an iPad. Their user interface is going to be like that as well. But when you drill down and you look at all of the different features that you're going to be able to do with your checkouts, your checkout pages, blogs, different things like that, I just don't think that they're ever going to even attempt to get there. We wanted to be a platform for newbies and also. Okay, I will tell you this. I was talking with Roland Frazier. I had a 3.5-hour lunch with them and some other people. Infer what you will. I will tell you this, that Roland was so impressed with Groove that he said, he asked me, Mike, will you get with my team? Can we build our next funnel on Groove? And if that goes well, then Mike, we're going to get all behind Groove. So there's lots more going on in that direction. I'm actually going to be speaking, big announcement. I'm speaking at Traffic and Conversion Summit. So let me give them a shout out. Go to trafficandconversionsummit.com, get your ticket. You'll be able to see me speak there about Groove. They're actually letting me do a full Groove presentation on stage about business automation. We're going to have a booth there. And that's all I will say for now. That's all I will say for now. But yes, David.
Mike, there is just one question that we could answer before moving on, and this is from Rob. Maybe if you want to kind of get this on.
So Rob says, my understanding is that the original lifetime deal only had 30,000 contacts. To upgrade to unlimited contacts, how much is that? All right, so we haven't rolled that out yet. If you want to upgrade to unlimited contacts, that's going to be at the current price. You paid $19.97. The current price is $24.97. So you'd pay $500. But what if you? I guess you missed a big promotion there, Rob, last week. What you can do right now is get like a BOGO, a buy one get one free sort of thing. Don't just pay us the $497 to upgrade. What we want you to do is know that there's an option that you can go to right here, GrooveDesignerPro.com. And as I said, I've been away. I don't know if this replay page has come down. I hope it's still here. I'm going to click on any red button here. Rob, you're still in luck. You could go here and you can see that you could get GrooveDesigner Pro for lifetime for $497. So buy GrooveDesigner Pro. Now, if you're saying, wait a second, what's up with GrooveDesigner Pro? Well, GrooveDesigner Pro is essentially Click Designs, which is not our product. Okay. As you see here, GrooveDesignerPro.com with our logo and Click Designs with their logo. You can see their page and our page is the same. Why is that? And I think I'm a little blown up over here. Very interesting. Their graphics are blown up a little bit more than ours. Sorry about that. I was just looking at the difference in design. So this is a product by Mo Latif. He's been working on it for 4 years now. When he wanted to do an affiliate one-time Groove Digital Presents with us, I said, no, I'd rather wait 3 months and create a white label. He says, no, Mike, I'm not doing a white label, not with anybody, not for this. And I said, let me tell you why you want to do a white label with us. And I told him, if you allow Click Designs, and if you see me log in right here, I just logged into Click Designs. I'm going to use that same login to log in to GrooveDesigner Pro. A minute. My mouse disappeared. And here's my login. Now I'm in GrooveDesigner Pro and I'm in Click Designs. Do you notice they're identical? Okay. And so what we did, even though this says GrooveDesigner Pro here, obviously I don't own this software. And because I like somebody's software, I can't just tell them, I like your software. I want it. I want to call it GrooveDesigner Pro. It's not our software. It is something that we wanted to white label. I think you understand what a white label is. It's a partnership with somebody else that we feel is strong enough to have the Groove brand about it. But that product has its own development, its own cost by what we call our strategic partner. Because of that, they collect the money. They need to get paid. Yes, we get an affiliate commission for it, but here's what we've done. We said, if you buy Click Designs under the label of GrooveDesigner Pro by going to GrooveDesignerPro.com and clicking on the red button here, we did a lifetime offer. That page is still up, I see. You can get access to it for $497, one payment. And to answer your question, if you were a lifetime customer in the past, what we would call a platinum lifetime, and you buy GrooveDesigner Pro for $497, in that case, we then upgrade you from platinum lifetime up to premium plus lifetime for free, which gives you unlimited contacts and the ability to import 250,000 of those contacts today. All right. So just go to GrooveDesignerPro.com/replay. Any other questions, David?
Currently, no. You answered it. Basically, people were asking, what if I'm a lifetime member? Do I get it automatically? Answer is no. This is a separate software. You need to get it. You need to pay for it. That's basically it.
All right. I see this question here. What is this here? I previously asked you about GrooveSell Plus. In lieu of that, will there be a simple way for me to track and bulk pay a large second level recurring affiliate team without a ton of monthly work on my part? Yes, we are. We are going to be still. We still have the plans to do GrooveSell Plus, and that's sort of like the ClickBank model, where we will do the processing, etc. But more on that later this year. That won't be on GrooveSell. Right now, we're going to demo GrooveSell tomorrow in its current form. So, all right, David, let's move on to GroovePages. Now, David, I'm going to have you maybe steal the screen. I know that you said that there was, or you can just point me in a new direction. There's been a couple of new things that were added in the current GroovePages, and then we're going to show the 2.0, which goes live in July or sometime this month. All right. So
Sure.
Let me go into this test site right here. All right, David, point me around. Tell me a couple of the new things. Just, I think not all of them. There were like 2 or 3 things that we just instituted with borders.
Yes. So
like
in the recent couple of weeks, we released a couple new things for like new features. One of those was the favorites. You can save the colors of fonts, buttons, backgrounds, and all sorts of different colors. You can save as favorites in the builder, which means that it's going to be cookie based. So even if you refresh the page, you won't lose the favorite colors.
Okay, this is interesting. Do you know what this what's happening here? I'm on a button and I have this image here.
Not quite sure. Maybe somebody was playing with it and then loaded a an image
There
there.
we go. Can you even add an image to a button?
Yep.
Oh, you can?
Yes.
Wait a second. I can actually add it. Is that new?
No, that's since PageStead.
What's that? Since
That
PageStead, you said?
was, yeah, that is since PageStead was there.
Wait a second. So let me just see what happens here. I'm just going to add this flower. Let's click select. You're telling me that's always been there?
Yes, Mike. I was teaching people when I joined Groove. I was teaching people how to do gradients using the image in a background of the button.
Okay, so now I'm trying to change the button color here, and the transparency isn't working. Am I doing something wrong there?
So at this moment, I would suggest you remove the image first. That's
okay.
So remove it here. Perfect. And now let's just play with the colors.
Okay, so let's just go with a pink. All right.
So in order to save the color as a favorite, you can just click the plus button there. Not sure if you saw it.
Excuse me. All right, so I can click this favorites here.
So you select the color. You select the color, and then there is a plus button right now. You see? So you click it, and then it's basically saved. In order to remove it, you can now click the minus button again.
Got it. So I'll add this yellow here and add that there. And if I want to get rid of it, I click on it and hit minus.
Yeah.
All right. So I have a question for you, because I've seen the discussion about this. This favorite, how far across the site does it carry? Is it favorite only for this site, or will it be on any site or all the way across?
Each site will have its favorites. So you can go into one site, have your favorites there. It's cookie based. We are looking into making it server based as well in the future, but currently it is cookie based. So you clear your cache and cookies and then it disappears. But currently each site can have its own favorites.
Okay. And what happens if I go into GrooveVideo or GrooveBlog or GrooveMember?
You can save your own favorites there as well. So it's considered as a site.
Got it. Okay. And then in the future, it'll always be like that, or will it be, we're just going to make it across like one favorites across the entire app?
So we will have the brand project that we are going to be working on in the future.
Brand
so
kits.
That's going to most probably have its own brand styles and colors and fonts and things like that.
Okay. But right now, it seems that if you wanted to put an image, which I don't know necessarily why you would, but maybe if you did, it doesn't seem that the image and the color work at the same time, right?
I think there is, it may be just that. I'll need to double check.
I'll add that image again.
Yeah.
We'll just add this flower here. And it doesn't seem to allow you to use a color anymore.
Yeah, the gradient. Yeah, we may need to look into this one.
Yeah.
It seems like the color is going below the image. The image comes on top most probably, so that's why. But we most probably can manage that because we do that already for the backgrounds.
Yeah, for regular background images. All right. Yeah, if we can just tell Husni to take a look at that. Anyway, but that wasn't the point. Was to show images. The point was these two things right here. As you notice, as I start doing colors here, my recent colors are flowing here, and we go up to 10 different recent colors. But if there's one that I like this, I just click add to favorites, and now this color will be there. And I got to tell you, when this was released a couple of weeks ago, what this did for the speed of development for Lucius and I, when we were designing the plans page and having to go in and not have to, what we used to do is we would click our color picker. We would go over, wait for the color picker to load. We had to copy this like this. And then we had to go all the way down to here and then put that like that and like that. And I got to tell you, And that would happen just because you switched the color. You went from the white text to the this to the that, and the ability to have favorites. I know this is a little silly thing, but we wanted to show you that. So you've got your recents and your favorites. So I'm going to take about 3 minutes to explain to you what David and I and Husni and the team believe to be the best color picker in the world. It literally has everything that we've ever wanted. Kevin Jacobson says big time saver. Yes. All right. So here's how it works. When you click on the color, you can see the color, the current color that it's at. Now, the top row has a couple of things that you want to know. Number one, you have white, you have black, you have what we call PNG, which is like it's a little bit different than no color. It's like no background. It's hard to explain. And then there's actually no color, meaning inside the system it has no color, and that means whatever is behind it is what's going to show. And we love the hierarchy there of white, black, PNG, and no color. Next over here, what we have, this is my favorite thing. Now, a lot of people like the grid here. This is good too. But what we like about this stuff right here is the drop down. This is what's known as web standard colors. So here's your blue, from your darkest blue here down to a lighter blue, all the way down. As you get to an extremely light blue. That's actually still a version of blue. It's not white. You can see this is white. That's a little bit blue there. And then we do the same here with like a medium red. We do with black, or this is black, and that's one shade lighter of the black. And then this is shades of gray right here. And then these are reds, greens, yellows, orange, purples, and pinks, or pinks and purples. And generally, guys, these are the only colors that I'll ever use. I don't go outside of these colors pretty much ever. I find the perfect balance of colors. If I want to do an add to cart button, I usually like this yellow right here with the black text. It's perfect. However, having said that, we've now added the recent colors. You can add your favorites. And then on top of that, you've got the transparency layer. If you're looking at the button right here, you have a transparency layer. And we've actually changed that from 0 to 100. They used to be a little bit different there. So now you have even more control. Now, over here, we have a grid, which is very popular in many color pickers. These colors are really nice as well. If you happen to like a particular color, you grab it from here. And then we've added this right here, which is what we used to have. We used to have the spectrum, but no grid. And the way the spectrum works is you have the slider down here going from the rainbow, or the entire color spectrum as it's known, right? You have red, and everything beyond that the eye can't see is known as infrared, right? And then you go from red to orange to yellows to the greens to the teals to the blues to the purple, all the way to violet. And then the colors that we can't see after that are known as ultraviolet. So we can only see through the reds and the violets. Now, some of you guys like the fact that if you click on the green here, then you can go to the spectrum and actually see where it is. And if you see I'm in the grid and I go to the orange, now I go to the spectrum, it finds it exactly in the spectrum. And now if you wanted to go a little bit darker from there, usually just pull down. If you wanted to go more orange, you go to the right, less orange, you go to the left, and lighter in the grades, you go up. This is well beyond me. I tend not to go into these things. I tend to stay in these web colors here, or I'll find something in the grid, or I will just grab a color picker when I want the exact color and paste the hex code right here. Not only do we do hex, we do RGB, and then this other one here that I don't know, it's called HSL. David, any idea what HSL is?
It's a hue, saturation, light, or something like this. It's basically a different version of adding in the color code.
Yeah. At the end, I think there's 16 million colors in the spectrum. This is a great color picker. That's going to wrap it for the color picker here, David. What do we do next? We did something with the borders that Lucius and I were working on. That we I never knew that you could do all these different things with the borders. And then Tony Jackson says hue, saturation, and luma, which probably has something to do with light. Just reading right here. This is an option, QR code generator. We'll get into that. It's GrooveDesigner Pro, but yes, all that stuff will be integrated. Getting back to the border here, David. I remember talking with Lucius, and I saw him doing stuff with the borders that I didn't even know you had to do, because you had to click like an advanced tab. And even then, I didn't quite get it with the way we had all the dashes. So let's take a look at now what we can do with the borders. Let me just change this color here to a yellow, so this button looks a little better. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this button and work on the borders. So now we're going to go over border. And now look at that. We have two different things here. We have where I can select any particular corner that I want to work on. Now that figuring it out for myself. Can you guys hear me, David? Did I just pop out?
You dropped out for a couple of seconds there. You selected the first corner and then it kind of paused.
Okay. Yeah. So here's what happens. I can select all corners. I can deselect all corners. If I want to work on just that corner, I can click all the corners individually, as you see here. And if I want to work on just opposite corners, I would just deselect the ones that I don't want to work on. Once that's done, I've now selected which corners that I want to work on. Now I would select the radius, and let's see what happens if I turn that. You see only those corners? Now, you might want that effect, maybe not for a button, but I think that's pretty cool just like that. And if we do the opposite corners now, let's take a look at that. We're going to see the same thing here. Now we're doing the opposites. Now I can select all, just like that. And now I'm rounding the borders. And if you'll also notice here, this used to be in REM. Not going to get into that, but it was limited and it skipped to only certain presets. Now you can dial that in all the way into to 100. Now, you're not going to see that as much on a button. But if we were to have like a background here, let me see on the background. I believe that when we do something like this, that's now you can see where the other one stopped at around 50 because it was a button. But when something like this gets very big, I can go to 100 where I need that roundness in the background. So that's that. Now, let's go back here to this button. And all I did was change the corners of the button. I didn't actually do anything to the colors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all again, and that's the radius, but I'm also going to select and actually adding a border to it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the color. Let's make the color black. I think that'll stand out. Now we're not going to see it because the border width is 0. So now I'm going to make the border width. You see that? All right. Now I don't think you'd really want to go, and I can click right in here and just make that a 2. Now I have a black border there. It's a little harder to see there, but you could see it. It's black. If we go into there again, and we click on the border, and we just make that a little thicker. And now let's see what happens now that we've added the border, and now we do a radius on the corners. All right, see that? All right, so I think, David, I didn't even need any of your help there. Everything there was intuitive for me. I have basically the radius, and I could select what corners I want to work on, and it's just a slider. And then over here, I actually have the border width, and I could change that color. Let's make it like a purple. And now you can see that button has a purple border. And at the same time, I can take that border and I can make it thicker and thinner. And I probably wouldn't go past a 2 or a 4, folks, for your border. But that's something new that we just added there. Anything else worth talking about, David, that's new before we move on to the 2.0?
There is one thing that we added still, and that is the automatic image conversion and the image library. This was just recent, so maybe you want to talk about that one.
Okay, so let's scroll down on this page here a little bit, or drag a block, actually. So I'm going to go to the blocks here, and let's just do a call to action. I want to see something that might have an image. Let's take this. All right. So here we have an image. And so what we're going to show you here is a couple of new things that we've done with the images. Number one, when we choose an image, you're going to notice, and I don't know if we've done the drag yet. Do you know if we've done the drag yet that I've asked Husni, David? Okay,
I don't
that
think
hasn't
so.
come.
Not yet.
Yeah, we're making it where you're going to be able to drag any image anywhere onto the canvas, like, where it just automatically uploads. That's coming soon. But what used to happen is when you click to add an image to your library, so let's just see here. Let's just see. What it used to upload, and then you had to preview it and then click another upload again. What we've done is we've eliminated that step. So it's uploading and it just pops right into your library. That's number one. Okay, I'm going to delete that because I don't need that image. All right. The next thing is that when you click on an image here, we used to have something on the right that came up that allowed you to do some crop and settings, but it permanently changed the image. We don't do that anymore. What we do, and let's use this person right here because it's gonna work better in the system. What we do now is we put 3 dots over any image. And this is very important, so folks, pay attention here. Okay. Now, if I want to take this image here and put it on the canvas, and I just want it here like this, there's all these other things where you could lock the aspect ratio, which is really cool. So once I change the height, it automatically changes the width. But what you can see is it's showing me my final image. Now watch this. I'm going to click crop and select, and I'm going to get a little note here. Okay. And I'm going to always leave this note on. I'm not going to shut it off because every time I do a demo, I'm going to want to be able to show this. Let's read what it says. Please note, the image is still saved on our server, untouched in its original version. The cropped image is used only where you're placing it in the app or canvas at this time. If you later want to use the image again, it will load the original version off of the server. So what does that mean? I'm going to crop and select, and I'm going to click update. And just like that, I have that image right there. But let's take a look at this. When I click choose, we're going to notice in the library that the original image is still there. The old version, anything that you changed, you modified the image on the server. So this is a pretty cool new technology that we've added. The next thing that we want to let you know, now I'm just going to use the main picture right now. I'm going to select that and I'm going to put it in like that. All right. So here's what I want you to know that we've done now. It doesn't matter how you've loaded that picture. Let's use this for example. I'm going to go to Unsplash, and I'm going to pull up an image here. And I want you to see the different downloads. There is the small, medium, large, and this original size here, which is ridiculously big. A picture that is 4912 by 7360 is a massive picture. You're talking, I don't even know if they're going to let me download that picture. I might have to be a paid user to get something that large, but I'm going to find out. And this is royalty free. And I can download this image. Let's see if they let me download it. Oh, it actually did. So let's click on it. It's going to open it up on my computer. Now, this type of large picture right here is easily something that you would get off of a DSLR camera. This is like a super high definition picture. So let's actually take that picture right now and load that up. And I'm doing this exercise because I truly want you guys to understand what's happening. So we're loading that. I no longer have to click the little upload button here. It just automatically throws it right into my library when it's complete. You see how long it's taking to upload? It's still not done yet. It took a while to upload that because that is a huge picture. All right, so I'm going to now select, and let's see what happens here. Let's try that one more time. Whoops, undo twice. David, did you notice anything that I did wrong there? Make sure that's the right picture. Let's.
I honestly think that this image is too big for our library. It is not going to automatically convert it that fast if this is a huge image like that. Yeah, server not uploading to not going to upload huge images like this.
Do we have a limit on? I think we do have a limit on them, right?
I'm checking now.
Is it converting in the background?
Optimization purpose for the loading of the images inside the library and also the loading of the images on the page. So I'm just checking about the limit.
Okay. Okay, folks. So I'm going to use this image. The point that I wanted to show you was essentially this. In the past, when you loaded up a very large image onto the server, we would serve that image onto your mobile phone, or we would load that image on a slow computer or anything. Now, I want you to know what happens when you load an image up to a video up to YouTube. The first thing that happens with YouTube is they do what's known as a compression conversion. They take your original video that you exported from Adobe Premiere, and yeah, Mohammed, I'm going to be talking about that in just a minute. You're about the library. And it would take your YouTube video that you put out, you know, at highest compression at 8K, and then it converts it into several different versions. It puts it out at a 4K version. That's YouTube's highest. I think they might be going to 6K and 8K, but from what I know right now, they only have 4K. Then they put out a 1080p version underneath that. Then they give you a 720. Then they give you a tiny 480, a 240, and a 140, I think. And they hold all of those different versions of the video on the server, and they check for two different things. They check to see what is the bandwidth that is pinging the server and what is the device that's being used. And based on that algorithm, they're going to determine what is the best version of that video to load. And sometimes it even changes. All right, you ever seen that you're watching a video and you're going from 3G to 5G, and you're seeing the video compression be a little slow, and then all of a sudden it pops up big because maybe you just connected to the Wi-Fi or you moved into a better room, etc. That's happening in real time, and that's what YouTube is doing to serve the video. Well, the way our images work is very, very similar to that. What's going to happen is your canvas image is always going to show the best image that's actually on the library. And when we publish the page is actually published without an image. It used to be published with an actual image that was actually on the server. Now we're using this awesome new technology that publishes the page with just an embed placeholder for the image. And then we determine the size of the screen and the bandwidth that the person has. And then we do a real-time instant in millisecond conversion of the actual image that's on your canvas or in your library, and then it does what's known as a WebP conversion. And it says, okay, we're going to take this, as I showed you before, that 4160 huge, massive image that was slowing up the person on a mobile device that was with 1 bar at 3G, and that image was loading like this on their page because you decided to take a picture off of your iPhone at 4K with HDR. And now Google was basically scoring your pages very, very low for mobile first indexing because your images were just too strong. Well, now what's happening is our server is going to say, okay, massive image for this device and this web speed, we're going to compress it instantly and send the best version for that user. If they walk closer to their modem and now they have better speed and they refresh that page again, it might actually put a higher definition image. The bottom line here is we do this for you for free. This is the latest technology. This is the rule book that Google is providing, and Google is saying, thank you. You're actually building pages that we like to serve. You get it. They really, really want this type of thing happening. They've got stuff they talk about, lazy loading and all of these different types of things. And when they see that that's happening, they score you better. And when you score better, you rank higher in the search engines. So that is amazing. All right, David, the last thing I want to do is I want to talk what's coming up next in the images. Number one, when I click the choose button, you will notice that we have free stock photos, and we're going to change the name of this. I believe, David, who do we use? Unsplash or Pixabay?
It's Unsplash.
Okay, we're going to change this to Unsplash, and we're going to add Pixabay, and we're going to add Free Pick, all of these, and this Free Pick with a K, and then there's a few more that we're going to be adding, all of these different places. We're going to be adding illustration libraries. It's really cool libraries where you can get illustrations. So when you get up here, you're going to see My Files, which allows you to upload and see what's in your library. You're going to see at least 5 or 6 different places where you can search from. Then we're going to have illustrations. We're going to have art. We're going to pick art. All of these vector images. You're just going to see a long list of tabs. And then, of course, you're going to have GrooveDesigner Pro, which you can connect your GrooveDesigner Pro account. And if you do that, all of your images in GrooveDesigner Pro are also going to show up here, and then you could move them into your My Files library. Now, the last question that somebody had before was about organizing the files. So here's what we're going to be adding. We're going to be adding categories and subcategories, meaning that you could put these images in a category called, let's say I was doing a website project called GrooveDesigner Pro. So, well, let's use something a little bit different. Let's say I was doing a project called MikeFilsame.com. Or you're an agency and you have clients and you want to put that person's project in there, let's say MikeFilsame.com, and then you'll be able to drop down in the category and say MikeFilsame.com, and then you could even have a subcategory called box images or headshots or miscellaneous artwork. The bottom line is we feel that having categories is not enough, that we think having categories and subcategories is enough. So you'll be able to take any picture at any time and designate it to a category or move it to a category. And we're going to even add some features in there like clone image. David, take a note of that too, that we want to be able to copy or clone an image to another category as well, so that if it's there, I don't have to re-upload it. I can just clone it. And this is really going to help you guys organize your images, because if you're like us, we have probably uploaded our logo on our favicon at least 500 times, right? And if I start scrolling down like this, you'll probably notice at a certain point, I can see we're doing a lot of work here. Look, here's an image of me. Why did that have to be uploaded? We did that so many different times. Why? Because it's impossible to go in and find any of your images. Hey, here's our Groove logo just from 3 weeks ago. Why? Well, It's in there 30 times because it's impossible to find it. So not only are we doing that, we're going to be adding one more thing right here. We're going to add something here that's going to allow you to click on name the image, right? And so when you name it, you could call it Mike Filsame or Mike Filsame headshot, and then assign it to a category, and a category / subcategory. And then finally, what we're going to do is we're going to have a search bar up here to search images in your library. So that way, if you're looking for headshot, you just type in headshot, and then you'll get every single headshot of everybody that ever had the word headshot in there. So that is coming. All of this stuff is, you know, this is what we call critical non-essentials. It's critical, but it's not essential. Okay. Being able to upload images, get them in your library, the version that we had before was fine. If we never updated it ever, Donna, can you do me a favor? Tell Matt Soralta that I'm on a on a Groove-A-Thon, or Simone, because he might just keep calling me, and let him know that it's going to be taking over my earpods and messing me up. David, can you say something so I can see that it didn't just steal my earpods?
Test.
I got it, Mike.
Good. Thank you, Donna. All right. So again, folks, I think what we're showing you here is while we're building an incredible application that we don't leave well enough alone. We are going to build out the application in every single portion with all of the critical non-essentials. While it's great for you to be able to have an image library like everybody else does, we're making the image library better than any image library out there. While it's great that you have a color picker, we actually have meetings about what is the best way to make a color picker. So while we're doing a little Groove-A-Thon and we're going over how to do the borders and how to do color pickers and how your image library works, we do think it's important that you understand how this app is actually better for you. Here's a very good question that we need to put into the system, David. Will there be an option for downloading from the library? Currently, we don't have that.
Yeah.
And I think that would be a great thing to do because I built this page on my laptop, but now I'm on my desktop and I want to pull that down because I want to use that image somewhere else for whatever reason. I don't want to use it in Groove. I actually want to use that image in GrooveDesigner Pro or Canva, and I have access to that image. And what's really important about that is you're going to notice now that when you publish your page and you try to download the image, you're now downloading WebP images, which are they don't work in most softwares. Most softwares haven't updated the ability to right click and use a WebP image. So David, yeah, if we could get that to Husni, that'd be great. That'll be an easy add.
I do have a couple of other things that we will make sure that we do, because at this moment, alt image attributes that is visible on your screen, Mike, currently these are only available in GroovePages. What we are going to be trying to do is adding the alt attributes inside the image library, like some other platforms do, like WordPress, for example. You name the image, put the description, you give it an alt description, and wherever you put it, would it be GrooveMember, would it be GrooveBlog, would it be I don't know, other platforms, they will have this alternative attributes and descriptions from the library itself. So this is one of the things. Dragging and dropping, as you mentioned, is cool. Subcategories, you mentioned categories, but I want to also give subcategories, like what we are doing in Groove videos. Yeah. So many of these features will be coming.
Yeah, here's what I think we should do, David. As opposed to this 3 dots right here, opening up this like this, and if we're going to be adding, naming it, categories, I love what you said about just having the alt tag, and the meta information all here. What I think would be better is that when and the trash button is that when you click on the 3 dots right here, it should just open up a pop-up modal that gives you like everything all in one display. I think would probably
one of the ideas is to actually bring back the preview. What we had the sidebar with the preview there, we could have like delete and some other options. What we had previously, without clicking the actual crop and then seeing it, we could actually see the sidebar and then having delete. similarly to
Yeah.
what we had previously. We could add more options in that sidebar there.
Yeah, I think that'll be a great. Yeah, either it opens up something like this, and you have all of that information here, or on the sidebar. What I like about doing it like this better is that you get more access to the image library. And I think if we did something where we just had you click the 3 dots, and then it just opens up a panel like this, where you have all of your different options here. You have category save, meta description, and all that different stuff. But I'll let you guys figure that out. All right.
Yeah.
Is there anything else before we move on to the new 2.0 that's been actually prepared for this demo?
Yes. So one thing that we are working on constantly is new templates. So with the new 2.0, you'll see we have a completely new library and everything. But we released a very completely new template for funnels. If you want to import it, Mike, just so that we showcase it. So if you go to funnels, it may be still generating the preview. Yeah. So ultimate one-click funnel template, the first one, it is still generating the preview. The screenshot, but this is the new template that we just released a couple of minutes ago, and it is pretty cool. So we can go in and have a look.
Guys, can you imagine? I'm the CEO, founder, owner of this company, with my awesome partners, and I'm learning about these things. We're doing a Groove-A-Thon so that I could teach you what's new, and I'm learning what's new here. All right. So here it is. David, talk to me about this. What do we got here?
So this is a template that is becoming very popular. We started seeing this more with ClickFunnels users and people working on WordPress. It's basically a funnel that shows the offer in a very cool way. There are the offer is on the sidebar, and then it kind of goes deeper in the system. But if you want to buy it right then and there, it's kind of out there, so you can get it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I believe it looks.
I must say, yes, it has a very ClickFunnels, a very ClickFunnels direct response look to it.
Yeah.
Let me talk about that. ClickFunnels, they did a good job in making direct response funnels, but that's essentially all they had. We wanted you to have the ability to have both, and that's why we bifurcated some of that stuff in the system, that you would see clean designs and direct response, because there is a time and a place for both. But you do want to be able to have a brand website that doesn't look like it was made with cartoon fonts and a funnel, and you also want the ability to be able to have something that has direct response elements here. All right, so this is one particular page. And so what would you be selling here? Your course? This is like something you would do, David,
so this
after
is
a
for,
webinar, or?
Yeah, so this is for digital products. I've seen people selling books, courses, even design services using these types of designs. So it goes well with a lot of things.
I'm going to tell you what this reminds me of, and I think you're gonna probably say, yeah, Mike, that's just what I was saying. Is when I go over to something like this, go to Envato, or actually let's do something like what's their graphics? What do they call it?
Graphic River.
Graphic River, is it Graphic River?
Graphic River is from Envato, or there is template or
Graphic
Theme
River.
Forest.
Yeah, Theme Forest, right? So let me do Theme Forest. Let me see here. And I know I see
the web
audio
themes and templates, the first one. Yeah.
All right. So when I click on, let's do design here. Let's just do a blog magazine theme. And let's just pick this one right here. And this is essentially what you're seeing, right? We're going to blow this up a little bit. What you're seeing is the checkout information here, and then you're getting all of the stuff here. It's kind of like you just said, it's for services. And then when we look over here, what we're doing here is you're getting your headline, you're getting that price information, best email. I guess this starts the funnel, and you can change all of this stuff here. This is the template. And then you're basically getting what's included. It looks exactly like something that you would see from a theme forest. Now, this is just one particular page in the funnel. Let's take a look at what the other pages are. We're going to click on the funnel button here, dig into that one. This is, looks like the upsell. So they just purchased, they made a purchase. Important, do not close this page. This is step one, download, welcome access. And this seems like your one-click upsell page here. And look, right here, guys, you can use your GrooveDesigner Pro to actually create these different things here as well. And David, I know that we also added more stuff now for the for our ability to do elements like our devices, right?
Yes.
Like the
Yeah. So the
laptop.
device elements were updated to show real mockups.
So that you can actually see that's an actual MacBook. So now when I click configure, I should be able to see more versions here as well. Blue. Let's just see what that means here.
The blue will work the best with you have to add an image, but the blue, pink, and those colors were added with the release of these new iMacs, you know, that they can have color like a pink and blue and things like that.
Yeah. All right. So light. Okay. Did we get rid of the wireframes?
I think they're still there.
Yeah, because I didn't like them anyway to begin with. You know what's going on here that's a little odd, David, is when you change the base is not changing for whatever reason. You see that?
It may be with a laptop device. Yeah, we'll need to look into it.
Yeah, but anyway, I do much prefer it now that these are. If you remember, folks, before they were just wireframes. So let's just do like a desktop so that we could see here. Let's try a desktop. Okay, and we got to add an image here. Do the same thing. Let's just add our friend here. All right, let's get rid of this one so that we don't have them competing. And I didn't hit update. I have to hit the update button here. All right, now let me see. I'm just checking out the different styles here. The light 2, that looks a little better. Dark. Yeah, that's probably what I would use. I see how they did it. They basically did it, the frame. So that's, yep, probably dark is probably the way to go here. Something like that. But now we're getting actual images. But in my opinion, what I would do now is I would go into GrooveDesigner Pro, and GrooveDesigner Pro actually has the collections and the ability to do these in stunning ways here as well. We don't have the time to do a demo of that. You can see that at GrooveDesignerPro.com/replay. But I know that this is something I found out that was updated that I wasn't aware of, which is pretty cool. Now the same thing with Apple Watches as well. All right. And yes, some of you had asked, and I asked David Fernandez to put up a page. It's not the best page right now, but it'll get you started. If you go to GrooveDesignerPro.com, and I asked him to put at the bottom of the page, let me see, let me refresh my page. Maybe it's not there. Am I missing something? Do you see where it says affiliates?
I don't think it's added there yet, but it's GrooveDesigner Pro /JV. Donna just dropped a link to the comments.
Could somebody put a little message for him? He missed that little part that at the bottom, it was supposed to put affiliates right here near the disclaimer and republish the page. Thank you. Because we had promised users. But now you can see, you can go to GrooveDesignerPro.com/JV. And if you're logged in, this will pop up. You can get your link, and we pay 25% commission. And this thing converts like crazy. So if you want to make yourself some easy money, just grab that link and start promoting it. It'll go to the, let me see if this actually goes to the replay page. this is still fine. They'll click here and they'll find the replay page as well. But we should probably put, Donna, another option here where we say index page and replay, so people can mail directly to the replay as well, because that will convert better. All right, David, are we ready for 2 hours in here? Are we ready for 2.0?
I think I am. Yeah, I'm pretty confident that the users watching us are as well. So let's dive in.
All right, everybody. So what you're about to see is an ever improving version of this. This right here is our regular Groove pages. Now I'm just going to move this back to 100%, just so that you can see what is not changing is any of this stuff right here. We are actually going to be improving the publishing and stuff, but all of this stuff is staying the same. Everything you're seeing here is staying the same. We're making a couple of changes to what's going on up here, but essentially what's changing is everything here and everything on the canvas is getting a refresher, something a little bit simpler. So let's take a look. Now, the only problem that is very unfortunate, and I hope Husni has done it, but I probably doubt that he did, because they're just focused on the technical, is they don't have, or David, do I now have access to the template library? I can actually design with decent pages, because last time he had the old blocks from Daniel and I can never do a good demo. So let's find out.
So the template library is something that we didn't import yet to the new version yet.
Okay. Or the blocks.
But we could very simply do that if you just go and copy over the source code of the new template that we just designed and just paste it on the page. You can continue working on there.
Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to create a new site. All right. So we do have the new template library is here, which is nice. Obviously, we're going to have better screenshots here, but as you see, you're going to be able to see single pages, complete sites, funnels, webinars, pop-ups, my templates, and then you can actually search by these tags here, which is really nice. I like that as well. And you can actually see different types of tags that we're going to have to set up. We have a sort by up here, oldest first, newest first, as well. And we also have the ability for you to search looking for different types of things. Let's just say if you were to do, I'm just going to type in real, you'll find real estate once we have the entire library in. All right. So as you can see, single pages are just single pages, but when we do complete sites, what you're going to see is something here like this says 2 pages, etc. So I'm just going to click this. And what happens now is going to load that up. It's supposed to show you the different previews. But as you can tell right now, this is still a work in progress. So let's actually just take a single page, see if I can find something. We'll just take this home page. And as we said, folks, they haven't put in our template library. This is just where the devs are testing things out. So I'm just going to start with this. I'm going to import this full template. I'm going to give it a name here. And we're going to pull it onto the new canvas. All right. So not working, David, it seems, from the new library.
I would suggest open a new blank site, and then we'll add on some templates there.
As you can see, is pre-production. So it's just really working about getting the canvas done. And then we're going to make everything live for you very, very soon. All right. So what you can see the difference here, right, is before we had blocks, elements, pages, funnels, webinars, pop-ups. And here they still haven't changed this icon yet. I don't like the plus button because that looks like add new page. Husni, if you're listening, that's the simplest fix. I'd really like to get that done like tomorrow if we can. It's a very simple
Mike,
fix.
this was the last version of the pre-production server. They did changes, but they have it on their local. They didn't push it live. It takes a long time. So they did many changes since then.
Okay. Oh, so
Yeah.
we're not seeing. There's actually going to be a better update that we might be able to show in a few days or something.
There is later versions, but it's not pushed, like compiled and pushed, so that we can use it live. This is the latest that they compiled.
Got it. Okay, cool. So what you're going to see here, folks, is you're going to see an elements icon more like this, because we didn't want you to think that plus there's different things for plus. Plus means insert, and so they put a plus here for the elements. I told them to go back. So these are your elements, and your elements now you can see you have a whole new library. Elements used to work like this. This is your old elements, and you had layout elements, text elements, list, and you had to go searching, as you can see, for them here. And we've now made your elements here where you can see all elements. You still have access to that, but if you want to just see your layout elements, you have them here. Your text elements are here. Your lists are here. Your buttons are here. These are your favorite buttons or style buttons. So you can actually, as you start designing buttons, you can add them into your library here, and we'll actually show you that in just a minute. Media, this is different things like your images, round images, etc. Forms, right here, things that you'll use in your forms. E-commerce, which is going to be changing. This, David, when we finally make this live, can we get rid of this and just leave that in the Groove apps?
Yeah, we'll have Groove apps, and it's going to say GrooveSell, and then there will be different versions of the GrooveSell widget.
Cool. And I would probably like to put the Groove apps like closer up to the top, since it should probably be layout, Groove apps, text, something like that would be best, so that people know that these apps can interface. Here are all the devices that we were talking about. Others, David, if we can change that to miscellaneous, I think would be better. I'm just wondering if we should just make separate categories called progress bars, maps, countdowns. Yeah, I would just actually make it a category of one. I think map would be good. Countdown would be good. Scroll to top, custom embed, progress bars. I would rather just have them all the same. Here's the Groove apps, navigation bars, integrations, which is a new way that we're going to be working with them, and tabs, which are some pretty cool things that we do with the tabs. So the bottom line is we're changing the hierarchy. It used to be blocks, elements, pages, but we think that the hierarchy should build backwards from elements to pages, blocks, etc. So here are your pages, okay? And your pages now used to be like this, right? You had pages, funnels, webinar funnels, and pop-ups. Now you have it right here, just like this. So you could be in elements, and then here you have websites, funnels, webinars, and pop-ups. So it's just cleaning up the sidebar a little bit better here. And then over here, this is the settings. And there's going to be a lot more changes in the settings that you're going to be seeing on the version that's going to be pushed. It's just not live yet. But you have your main site settings here, and then you have your SEO settings. We're going to have, like I said, even more different things here, but it's just making it a little bit easier for you to be able to find things. And we've also said that we're going to make this panel go out. If I can show you like this. Okay. This is going to look more like this. It'll obviously not with the letter stretching, but my point is to show you that instead of having this little room here and having all of this scrolling like this, we're going to just make it the whole thing bigger on the canvas so that you actually have more room to see and less scrolling, because we feel that why not use all of this real estate down here and all this real estate here to give you more. Now, one of the biggest changes that we're making is actually the way the blocks are going to work. Okay, when you click on your blocks here, and again, I don't have all of the beautiful blocks for me to actually pull in for you, but let's just click right here and drag that block onto the canvas. And the next thing that you're going to notice is that anytime I want to add a new block, I can also just click the plus button here and add new blocks just by clicking here, and they're going to insert. There's other ways that we're going to have the ability when you're at the block level to add one below or one between, as you can see here, which is fantastic. But let's also talk about, let me see if there's something that I can add here that'll have a button. So let's do a call to action, and let's just add this here. So it's making it a little bit easier to add things onto the canvas. As we said, we don't have access to all of the designer blocks that I have over here, so I can't show you the demo as nice as I like in terms of what's on the canvas. But we can show you some of the new main things that are happening here. First is we have dynamic toolbars that you're seeing right now. So in the past, when you clicked on a button, everything would open in the style editor here, as you see here. Okay. Now, that style editor is still there on the new canvas, but most of the times you don't need it, because if you want to change the color of the button, right, to this yellow, and you want to change the text to black, let's close that. And David, this rubber band effect is going to need a little bit of work. It's kind of, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. This is already fixed. We are going to be moving one of the X's, one of the close buttons, for example, and we are going to make it the color. We're going to change it to the dark and things like that. So this is improving. Cool.
Yeah. I know there's a few improvements coming. So now, if you notice, there's no way for me to work on the border here. So what I can do is I can click these three dots, and now I can work on the border as we were talking about in the past. Now this has the old borders. This hasn't been updated to the new border, but they will. But what I wanted to show you is that when I'm done with this button right here, if I click the favorites, I can now add this button. Let's call it Belcher. And I can add it to my buttons, and I can create the element. And you'll notice now when I go into the elements here and I go into my buttons, you can see that it says Belcher button right here. And if I want to start dragging that button over, before you had to do that with global styles and you had to restyle, but now you can add buttons into your library that you can use over and over again. We're going to do the same thing with a couple of other elements like countdown timers too, so that you can have preset countdown timers. So, and we're also going to have, when you click on the buttons, just the regular standard buttons, you're going to see a whole list of different types of buttons that are pre-designed for you. All right. Now, here's another thing I want you to know. When I click on this button here like this, let's click right here. And I click here, you're going to notice that I can say Open Style Panel on click across the entire app from now on. And so what that means is if I click here, I can always have the style panel open as well. I actually prefer that. So if you like having the ability to click on any single element on the canvas and have the style editor open, as well as the what do we call this? The smart bar, then you can do that. If you shut this off, then what happens is when you click on something like this logo here, let's actually close this. If you click right here, it doesn't open the style editor. I actually prefer having that open so that any single time I click on an element, I have the style editor and the smart bar. So that's a feature up to you. But the bottom line is the smart bar now has changes that are dynamic specifically for that particular element. One of the new things that we just said is now you can add favorite elements. That's the key. And there's different things here as well about like having a block. This is really important. So let's just say I designed this block right here, folks. You want to pay attention to this. I can copy this to the clipboard, right? And now it says that this block has been copied to the clipboard. Now, if I was to go to another page at any time and I wanted to add that block, I can just go here. Now you can see in my clipboard, I now have that block. And now I can just click and I can now add it to the canvas. I can just click drop and it's going to add to the canvas. We're also adding it in a couple of different ways. You see it just dropped right there. And then, of course, you could always move your blocks anywhere you want. David, do you know what they did with the up and down arrows?
They weren't transferred on the pre-prod server, but it's not moving away. Like you'll be able to move up and down the blocks. It's just not shown here.
Gotcha. Yeah. So what's really, really great, folks, is that copy block. I can't tell you how many single times that we're working on a page, like I showed you before on the member plans, and we want to copy a footer or a block over. And before, what you had to do is you had to add it to your favorites and then move it over, and you had this favorites library of thousands of different blocks. Right now, it's just a temporary copy paste. This is a really great feature that's going to make your life easier, where you don't need to you don't need to have you don't need to add something to your favorites and give it a name every single time. I see somebody says with categories for elements. Let me see what I don't know what that question was. David, maybe Kevin, maybe there was something that you asked prior.
So Kevin, when you save a button, there will be a category created for your favorite buttons. If you save a countdown timer, the countdown timer will have a separate section for your favorites. Like what we have now with a star, we'll have a similar design. We had some feedback from Mike. We will change it a little bit, but it will show basically the element that you saved. It will have its own saved or favorite category.
Yeah, basically what I said is I don't like having buttons and favorite buttons here. I want to have one thing that says buttons, and we're going to have pre-mades up here, and then you're going to have a tab that's just going to say favorites, and then you'll click over to your favorites and you'll see them there. But essentially, that's really about it. There's one more main important thing, and that is global blocks. And global blocks, David, are here, right? And how do I add something to the global blocks, David?
So to the global blocks, you actually go and create a global block, or you, at this moment, we do not have all of the options out there, but you create a global block through that functionality. It needs to have its own separate code. So this is kind of creating a pop-up that you can reuse. So it has its own separate section where you build it.
So what I would, all right, let me start from scratch here. So, okay, folks, so here's what's happening. I'm in a particular page. All right. And let's see here. How do I get back to my page? All right, so this is the page that I'm working on, right? And I want a footer. And I want a footer that I don't have to, that I'm going to use on 15 different pages. And if you know anything about having a footer, and then it's great that I spent 4 hours designing every link in the footer. And it's great that we have a new feature that I can copy and paste the block onto the other 19 pages on my website. But the problem is somebody goes, oh, can you do me a favor? Like I just said before, can we add the affiliate link on the bottom of the page? Oh, my goodness. I've now got to go into 19 different footers and add affiliates. And then you have no idea how painful that is. Obviously you do. You've done that, right? And then you say to your designer, oh, and also change that, move Groove pages above GrooveMail. And then the designer says, Mike, I have to do that on 19 pages. Or change the copyright. Yeah, Mike, I can't do that today. I'm really busy with my backload, but I'll try to get it on my work list. And then the poor designer has to go in and change the copyright on 19 different pages. All right. We all know what that is. And then also, there's also your menu. Working with a menu system with global blocks is great to be able to have a block system that navigates on all different menus. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to first create a global block. So I go in here. I'm going to delete this one here. And let's see, we don't have any global blocks. So I'm going to click plus. And now I'm going to go into one of my footers. Okay, so here I am in my global blocks, right? I'm in global blocks. I don't have one, so I have to create it. So I'm going to click the plus button. You have all these different things here. And as we said, we don't have all the templates on the pre-production server, but you get it, right? So I'm going to go into this global block right here. I'm going to load it, and I'm going to change the color of it. Let's see here. I'm going to make it a black background. Okay. And you can imagine, right? I changed the logo here. Let's just see how this would work here. Is that David, we're going to need a little bit of love here on just make sure before that goes live that this needs to float down a little bit more. It's kind of stealing my ability to write in there when I'm typing. All right, so all right. So I changed this here to copyright 2022. Can't even read what I'm writing. Let me see. 2022 Groove Digital LLC, etc. And now I'm done. And now I could go in and I could add additional links and so on and so forth. The thing is all I have is a block. Now that I'm done, I'm going to click Save and Exit. And now I've created a global block that could be edited and it could be changed at any time. All right. And so now it's refreshing the builder. And now what I want to do is I want to paste in that global block into here. So I'm going to click on exit out of here. I'm going to go here and I'm going to drop this block in. David, do you know what this thing is right here that looks like a speaker?
I think this is just the old screenshot system that wasn't working properly. But we have a new one that is not on the pre-prod server as well.
Okay. Anyway, you can see I have a global block. Let's just rename this, right? Because we want to give it a name. And David, I also noticed when I wasn't able to give it a name, I think it'd be good to have when you go to save it, when you hit that save for the first time, it says give it a name. But we're just going to call this main site footer. All right. Now, David, I'm pretty sure that these global blocks are only site-wide. They're not, or will they be available on all domains?
So these are site-wide. One site will have this list of global blocks.
Okay, so what we should be able to do then is we should, let's see, so we do have move to and clone to other.
We do, yeah.
Okay, great. All right, so what I'm going to do, we're done. I'm going to click this little button right here. I'm going to say drop. And just like that, we now have a global block. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create another page. Okay. Start with a blank template here. And let's bring on, let's just add a content here. Let's just add another cover section. We'll add this. All right. So now I've just created another page. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this global block and I'm going to drop it right onto this page as well. And now you can see that I have my footer on this page here. and I have my footer on this page. Let's load up that second page. Just bear with us. Hold on a second. I think my browser's just, yep, there it is. We're loading the main page. Okay, so here's my main page, and this also has a footer. So now what I'm going to do is you're going to see here that, let me see if I can even edit. Does it, see, it won't let me edit this because it's a global block. Now, David, is there anything here that we should probably have something like a little edit button right here that just instantly opens up the global block that I can edit it?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yep.
Right. Okay. So right now I can't edit this global block with a little hot button. So we're going to add a little pencil edit right here onto the toolbar. That's going to open up the builder for this. But right now, what I have to do is I have to go into, and this is really important to have that, David, because if I have similar ones, I won't know which one I'm editing. So having a quick hot edit button here would be great. But if I want to edit this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my blocks. I'm going to click on global blocks, and I'm going to edit this. And that's going to load that canvas. I think we just have to wait. Okay, there we go. And David, hopefully when that comes through, some of these things that are taking time are going to go a little bit faster or give us something.
Yeah, so the
that,
pre-production server is actually a slow server. It's not on our the best product like live servers as we have it. So all of the delays here will be much faster on the live version.
Excellent. All right, great. So now I'm just going to change this over here to Groove Digital LLC, copyright 2022, and this is our address. Boca Raton. Okay, so I hit the save button here. Let me just rename this page here. We're just going to call this About Us. Whoops. All right. So I've now pretended that this was our address. Let's just have fun here. And I hit our save button here. I think we all know what's about to happen, right? We now have a new page because I've linked every page to the site here as well. And I got my green light here, that my global. Now, David, from what I'm seeing, when I'm doing a global block, I could actually add more blocks.
Yeah, so it's not only one block; it's a global section.
Global stack.
Yeah, it's a section. It's basically whatever you want to put on it.
Oh, which is really cool. So that I've now named this main site footer. But if for any reason I wanted to add one more thing, let's just do that. Let's just add an alert bar down at the bottom here, right? Because I also wanted to put a countdown timer, right? And let's just say I took the time to design this. Let's just change this to black so that it matches. And because I wanted the ability to have a countdown timer at the bottom of the page, and I hit save and exit, well, I've now just created a global block stack. So I've named something main site footer that is a block, as well as another block underneath it that contained a countdown timer. And so now I'm at the main page of the website. Let's scroll down and guess what we're going to see. Okay. Is that a bug, David, you think? Let's see.
Try to reload the page. Try to refresh the page.
Let me go and see how that global block looks. It's there. All right. Let me refresh this. Everything is saved, it appears. So let's do this. Again, guys, pre-production server, but you can imagine if I refresh this and it works, you won't have to do that in the future. Yeah, this should have updated automatically. That's the whole point of a global block. So unfortunately, what I have to do just right now is
could you try clicking the preview button on the top? Will that load it?
Preview.
If not, there's definitely something wrong with the pre-production server, because this is created to be working like that. It is, you can create different sections, price plans with multiple blocks, or all sorts of different stuff.
Yeah, so what you can see here, folks, you won't have to do what I'm doing. I'm just going to drop it here. David, you're also noticing that you can't see the entire menu here. You'll have to scroll there. A little work that'll be needed. But that still didn't work. It didn't give me, it did put the address, but it didn't put the countdown timer. And it also created this new global block here. Not sure what that is. We didn't create a new one.
Yeah, so you see, ladies and gentlemen, this is why we do not have yet live. Like, this still has, it looks good, but there's still like little
TLC
feedback points that we need to work on. So we cannot really give you an ETA. We are working on it to be as soon as possible. We have a couple of devs specifically on the 2.0 version of Groove and working on all of these little things, but there's a lot that we still need to find to actually be able to release it. So,
and look at what I just noticed here. When I click on the global block, I get edit global block. So it's here. So what we should probably do is that if you click anywhere on it, let's see. Yeah, it should come up at any point that you see it. It shouldn't treat anything here like an element. You shouldn't have to click all the way over. It should be anywhere. So it just needs a better mapping. But now we do have the edit global block. So we did have that. So that feature is there, and then it opens it. But for whatever reason, folks, it didn't global. And again, as David said, this has 50% of the updates that are actually on their server. It was just a massive thing to push. So we weren't able to show you probably stuff that has been fixed. But that is the global blocks. And we think that's a really nice new feature that's been added as well. And that's some of the new stuff that's available in GroovePages. Let me just see here. What is Mike doing in this demo? Building a website? Are these extra tools? No, Pamela, you might have joined us late. We're just showing you something on our pre-production server of the new GroovePages 2.0 that right now is in pre-production, but it is going to be released in a perfect version for you this time in about a week to 2 weeks here in July. But remember, we keep showing new features to add or new improvements that need to be added. So we're hoping now that it's already July 6th, I think for me to say mid-July is could be a stretch, but hopefully before the 20th, we'll have this live. All right, David, is that it on GroovePages before we move to GrooveBlog?
At this moment, this is everything that we can show currently. There is many more things that is not live yet. Like, for example, you can maybe actually go to the settings, SEO settings, and we have a couple of people here that I know are always asking about the SEO settings. If you go to SEO settings, we have doubling core meta. So if you want to actually click on that big pink button, if you scroll up a little bit, doubling core meta, this is something that is very valuable. You can put in all sorts of different meta tags, like the language tag, source tag, coverage rights, what type of tags are these, and if you scroll down, you can put in some schema tags as well. Like, you can put in different meta tags that you want to have, you want to load when your page loads. So this is something for the pro SEO people that they will appreciate. But this is, I don't know if an online page builder that works like GroovePages has this. I think we are one of the first ones. There are WordPress plugins that do doubling core meta tags, but I have never seen an
not in a
inbuilt
page builder.
online page builder do this.
Oh, Kevin was saying maybe I needed to hit the publish button, and that might have done it. But either way, Kevin, we'll make sure that those global blocks work. David, I wasn't even aware about this. What is I think this is a typo over here.
Yeah,
this is
it's
DEUB.
Dublin core meta tags.
Yeah, so this spelling needs to be fixed here. It's got an E.
Yeah, it
And
was already fixed. It was already reported.
Okay, what does that mean? Dublin core.
So Dublin core, there was a meeting in Dublin where they discussed all of these meta tags and how to actually scrape or how to actually perceive websites online. It was a big. It's basically a standard that was built, and it's an SEO geeks way of understanding how pages load and what they load. So it's basically, we load a lot of meta tags that people can now control with this Dublin core meta tags. It's a kind of an SEO
Look at
standard.
this, folks. I mean, this web page, this website has so much information. So, we have to go learn all of this stuff so that we can add it into the builder here for you. So now you have this Dublin core meta tag system. You have SEO health scoring on your page. And David, from what I understand, I know that I think Damien was telling me that all of our, not all of, but many of our early blocks were created with H1 tags, right?
Oh yeah, we went through most of the templates and through a lot of our blocks where we changed that. But this check will definitely help seeing that.
Yeah. So what that means, guys, is before we had standards, we had designers that were building blocks, right? And so what does that mean, right? I'm just going to go back into this builder here. What that meant is the designers would go and they would create blocks for us like this that we could. Let me get just a different version here. Let's see here. Just did that. They would create these blocks here so that you can drag onto the canvas here. And while they were creating a block like this, they dragged on an element like this, and they created a heading, and then they called it About Your Teacher. Right? And just like you see here, and they would now bring in all these different things, and then they saved it and they published it to the block library. The problem is that this right here, when you looked at it, was an H1 tag. And once it's an H1 tag, you had an H1 tag here, an H1 tag here, and every time you're dragging in a block, it was an H1 tag and an H1 tag. And so our templates were designed right by our users, but our blocks, by our designers, but our blocks were designed thinking, okay, this is an H1 tag or whatever the case is. And then when you drag in all these blocks onto your pages, it was breaking your website. In the sense, for SEO, you were having too many H1 tags. So we went back and we republished, or are in the middle of republishing, some of our blocks to have proper H2 and H3 and paragraph tags as well, so that each block is going to come in with the proper tags. And the other thing, David, I told Husni that all of the original blocks that were designed by Daniel, if you remember, and if I could find any, I'm going to show you. All of these, I told him to just remove. These are
we'll have all of the old ones removed, and we'll be bringing in more new blocks from the recent templates that we added.
Yeah. And the problem is that these were what we would call the get me dones, right? We wanted to just get some color pops in there. And at the end of the day, you have something that looks like this, and it has no business. A black background with a blue font. A person shouldn't have been allowed on the design team to even build something like that, and hence they are no longer on the design team. Weakest link. So we're going to have the only thing that you're going to see in there are the current ones. And since the designers have designed so many gorgeous new templates, we're going to be adding some of the best blocks that we had. I would call this a C+ block right here. But the new stuff that we're adding in our new templates, we're going to take out some of those blocks, republish them, and you're just going to have some stunning blocks as well. All right. So, David, I think that wraps it up.
One more thing to mention, and this may be interesting, or this will be interesting for a lot of people, but that is not at this moment visible in the 2.0 UI, but we are working on that one now. We're actually at the finishing stages, and that is the share page, share funnel, share folder, and share site functionality. So currently we only do share site, but we are improving that massively, and we'll have a bunch more options. Mike, you can also talk about that. You had some great feedback for that one as well.
Yeah, well, you know, right now, when you go to the settings and you go to share the site, all that you can do is actually share the entire site. So everything in there, your draft pages, your coming soon, or anything has to be shared. And that means you have to get rid of everything that you don't want, which is kind of a pain in the neck. So what we're doing right now is we're giving you the ability to see something that's going to look like this. If you just heard my stomach growling, I think that's a beautiful thing about having a dynamic mic, so you're not going to hear that. You're going to see something, bear with me just a second. That is going to make your site look like this, right? And then once you drill down that you want to do the site, you can select all pages, or you'll be able to say, no, I only want what's in all of this funnel, or no, I want only these particular pages and this funnel, etc., etc. And then you can export, mix and match pages, funnels, or the entire website. So we're going to be using a system like this here to determine what you can actually package up and sell. On top of that, we are going to be elbow cough. One of the things that we're going to be adding is the ability to also share membership sites, email campaigns, products, and product funnels and sales flows, and videos and memberships and all of those different things, and package them up into one big super package, a blog, everything that you can install, sell as a done-for-you business as well. One of the other things that we're adding as well is when you add a new funnel, you're going to be able to publish that in a / Right now, every page goes at like MikeFilsame.com / and a page. And so now it's going to go MikeFilsame.com / funnel name. And then you'll have an index page for that. And all your different pages will be in that funnel. After we release the 2.0, we're going to be doing that. And David, I do want to talk, just a reminder with Husni. I know that a lot of my stuff is there. I do want to find out if, you know, getting rid of the drag and drop is an absolute must. I still do enjoy having that ability, so it's something we'll talk about again.
We can have a call about that, but definitely dragging and dropping is making delays on the canvas. It is making things slow down, and it's not going to be as snappy as if we like do with the plus buttons that what we developed. So I think this is a conversation, but it's a good to have, but not necessary, as you say, for some of the other stuff.
Yeah, but I did give some good feedback. So if that comes in there where I can just grab a block and then I can just click it and it says add it to the clipboard, and then I can go in, hit the plus button, and then have the option to just drop from the clipboard will be better. But I know there's a lot of improvements coming there as well. Okay, now the the next thing is we are, as we said, folks, we're going to be showing you on Friday, we're going to be showing you the new email builder that is live, and a lot of new things that are going on with GrooveMail as well. Very, very exciting stuff. But if you remember, if you weren't on the Groove-A-Thon, what happened is when we were building, we could easily have built a drag and drop email builder. But we have many things that we are developing for Groove. And we have to decide what to do with our resources because we still have 6 more apps that we are looking to build as well, right? And having said that, to design an email template builder would have been fine. But when we would have been all said and done, we would not have had the templates. And then we would have had to design the templates. And that would have taken resources from our designers. And they are more website designers than email template designers. Now, there is a company called BeFree. And when you look at their email template library here, you can see that there are 1,200 email templates that are available. Now, when we realized that we can model BeFree, building an email builder would have been one thing. Getting the templates would be different. So when you look at BeFree, you can actually see here that they have the BeFree plugin. Okay. And the BeFree plugin allows us to take this email component and just put it right in. So when you look at the pricing for it, it is not cheap. Okay. Even if you say, well, look, Mike, $2,000 a month is not that expensive. It isn't, but they don't take $2,000 a month. They take $24,000 a year billed annually. And look, that's a lot of money for us, for any company. For us to say, we could build it ourselves, or we could get an all-in-one solution that has it built. But we decided to go with the $24,000 a year billed annually because they do this very, very well, and we were able to build this in, and we're going to demo it on Friday for you. But what you're going to notice here that we didn't notice is all of these things that it comes with. Shame on us. We just thought that it came with all of these email templates. And it didn't. It didn't come with any of the templates. It only came with the component. Now, it's not that it didn't come with it. They wanted to sell us templates. And boy, did the prices get really, really expensive. Like just to get 10 templates was going to cost us another $500 a month. And I'm not going to say it became a deal breaker, but at the end, I said, I don't want to pay you guys anything more. And for their own protection, I'm just going to say this. We made a deal with them to license their template library, past, present, and future, for an incredible, extremely large one lump sum. And I got to tell you, they were tough negotiators. And they didn't want to go with the deal. And I said, I can't believe we're offering you X multiple tens of thousands of dollars. And we're going to pay you $24,000 a year, and you're not going to give us the templates. And I said, you got to go to your supervisor. This is the 24 grand plus this huge amount of money, but I want to pay it one time. They came back to us and they said, Mike, you got a deal. We haven't done that for anybody, but we'll have a deal with you. And I have a reason. The reason why they haven't done that for anybody is I don't think anybody would shell the nearly 6 figures that it took us to get started. And what that means, guys, is we bit the bullet so that you guys would be able to get access to this entire template library. Now, it's only the ones that they've designed. Obviously, they have other users in the marketplace that sell their templates. You can't, we can't just get those, but we do get access to what he says right here. Over 1,200 templates are available in the Groove library that you're going to see, because we've licensed the technology as well as all of the templates. So what that means is, if you come in here and you search Black Friday, or let's just put in Friday to see what comes up, you'll see now that you have the ability to grab any simple template that you see in here. You'll be able to click Get Started. And if you do have a template that you like in somebody at BeFree, you can actually copy that HTML and paste it into Groove as well. Now, what you're seeing here is the ability for you to drag anything that you want onto these templates. You'll be able to get images from your libraries, and we're going to demo all of this for you. Let me switch my AirPod here. David, can you give me a sound check?
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. All right.
All right. All right. The bottom line is here, folks. I'm going to show you just a sneak peek of it. I know that David is like, no, wait till Friday, but we're just going to go into Groove Mail here. Now, guys, this is not available for free users. If you're joining us late, go back and watch the replay. This is only available for paid users at plan starting at $39.99 a month to get out. Look, if I just told you we're spending nearly $25,000 a year with a $100,000 sign-up fee to get this type of stuff, you have to understand that all of our templates that if I'm going to continue to employ the designers that have built over 200 templates for us, we're going to continue to employ them. At this point, you're not getting access to any of the page templates or anything as a free users, just blocks. And we want to start transitioning people to at least $39.99 a month to get access to unlimited domains. As we said, not to beat a dead horse, we think that's extremely fair. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click New Broadcast here. I'm going to give it a name, Mic Test. And I'm going to just choose a category here. If I have to, let's see if I have to. I don't. Good. We're going to select subscribe to list. Let's do the GrooveCon waiting list. Not enough people there. Let's do GrooveGrowth members. Okay, 2,000 people. We're going to delete this before I hit send. We're going to hit next. Okay. And we have the basic email builder, which you guys are used to, right? And this is what everybody will have access to that are free users. Or you can paste email content from third-party places. But this is only going to be available to the paid users. Free users will not get what we see right now. So I'm going to click Compose Your Email. And there you go. This is going to be demoed in full next on Friday. But as you can see here, you'll be able to search. Let's see. Let's just click on fashion. And I want to pull this thing in right into my email builder like this. And as you can see, we've taken this BeFree email builder, and you can see the colors of blue. See the blue change image, the blue right here. All right. As you can see here, it's all designed with the Groove Pink. It completely integrates here. And so you're going to be able to create templates. In fact, I'm going to have to take the template that I created in BeFree for Carl Galetti, who sends the emails, and we're going to import it into our builder now. This is native. Folks, this is actually live. You're going to be able to now do this as a paid member. Go in here, send any text you want, and then color that text here. I believe the text color, we're going to make that, let's say red, just like that. As you can see, you can adjust your different rows and columns and padding sizes, adding different content, drag and drop. If I want to add an image, I can literally drag that image right below this headline. I hit the browse button, and guess what? It integrates with the Groove library, image library. So there's the image that we've been using all day, and I want to pop that in there just like that. Folks, it's about templates. Having an email builder is one thing that's drag and drop. So the bottom line is, in the past, you were able to send images that look, emails that look like regular text that you sent from Gmail, but now you're going to be able to send emails that look like web pages. This stuff is really great for promotions. It integrates with Groove Affiliate, and you'll be able to send your dynamic affiliate links. We're going to demo that all on Monday. This is just really badass. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit out of here. I'm going to hit confirm. I'm going to go back or just save. I'm going to go to next, and I'm going to make it a draft. Actually, let me just get out of here and delete this. Okay. I've deleted the test, but we're going to demo that more on Friday. So why am I bringing this up now? You know, we had more to talk about today. The reason why I'm bringing this up now is because when we spoke with Be Free and their sales team, they said to us, you also get our page builder. And you look at the pricing here, it was included in this $24,000 a year plus the nearly $100,000 startup fee that we paid them. It came right here. You see, it says all builders. And they had the email builder, which was the only thing that we were interested in, but it also came with a page builder. And when we saw that, I said to the guy, we're not interested. And he said, well, it is a pretty good page builder. I said, yeah, we don't need it. We have Groove Pages. And then I said to him, oh, but wait a second. Do you have templates? And then we saw this. We saw that there were over 300, almost 300 templates that were available. And so we license to this. We have access to it for free. So what is going to happen is, as we showed you here before, when we went over on the Groove-A-Thon, but just to tell you one more time, every single thing in the system, everything in the system that has an opportunity to put a page in, and right now that's 4 different things. It's going to be Groove Pages, GrooveKart, Groove Checkout is going to use this, as well as GrooveWebinar. And the reason is these are components where Groove Pages is an app that you have to get out of GrooveSell or get out of GrooveMember, get your button code and go into Groove Pages. With this builder, being that it's built as a component, and you want to be able to just have a quick template for GrooveWebinar that automatically integrates your buttons and different things like that, we said, hey, what the hell? Why not have the ability, when you click the plus button, to see the entire library, and then you'll see a little icon that says it's a Groove page, or it's what we're going to call a grab and go template. And that means here, let's just say you want this podcast page here. Now, I don't believe we're going to be able to get everything here just because it's free, because it says this designer is Titos Ruiz. So I believe that you would have to see if they I know there's a way to shut off the ones that are only available from them, but the bottom line is we've spoken with them to be able to get their templates, and I believe we might even be able to get these these designer templates. If they're free, let's assume they're free. So I'm going to take this particular one right here, this podcast one, and I'm going to click Get Started. So what would happen is you would click inside of Groove Pages, you'd hit the plus button, you would see not only our library, but an icon with a lightning bolt that's going to tell you that it's this one. And then when you click select that page, it's going to build this builder in right into GroovePages, GrooveBlogs, GrooveWebinar, and GrooveSell checkout. And since these are custom components that we could put in, we're going to have GrooveSell checkouts, GrooveWebinar checkouts, GrooveKart categories, and different things like that that are native to it. What you will see is going to be something, as I said the other day, that is going to look like this. I'm just doing a little mock-up here for you. All right. So you're going to see that you're inside of the GroovePages builder. You'll have an icon right here. If I'll blow this up for you just a little bit. All right, you're going to see that you're in this page. It'll have a little icon telling you that it's a GroovePages editor or the grab and go editor. And you'll be able to design this page and publish it. You're going to be inside of GroovePages. You'll have it on the canvas. And when you click publish, it'll publish. The only difference is when you go to click on it, you're going to have this style editor styled in our colors. It's about 80% the same. It'll work with our image library. It'll have access to be able to change this to the Groovy podcast. It's like that. You'll be able to design your page, change your backgrounds. You'll notice you won't have access to the blocks, but you can still do certain things here, like drag and drop this up into this position here like that and move things around, change the images, use your GrooveDesigner Pro images as well. It's a page builder, just like our page builder, except you won't be able to use the blocks. But the bottom line is it gives you access to more templates, and it gives you access to create one-pagers in GrooveKart, and all of your new Groove webinar templates are going to be using this because we can now put this into the wizard when you're doing steps. In fact, when you're doing GrooveSell and when you go to your checkout section, you're actually going to have a new part in your wizard called checkout page. And my designers are going to create templates for you that are going to have the GrooveSell checkout widget pre-embedded into the page. And you'll have a nice actual published page. More that we're going to get into in the days coming. But the bottom line is we wanted to let you know that not only do you have the GroovePages builder, you're getting access to 300 additional templates that we got access when we got licensed to this technology. So that's all we're going to say on this today. David, we were going to talk GrooveBlog, and we were possibly, if we had time today, which I'm not sure we will, we're going to talk about Groove pop-ups and Groove ads, but we probably are going to push that off for another day. We are now already at the 3-hour mark. I think it's time we move to GrooveBlog. Sound good?
Yeah. Yes, I'm good.
All right. And let's see. I'm gonna kill this, and this, and we'll go over to GrooveBlog. Now, obviously, guys, you can go to our YouTube channel and you can see how GrooveBlog works. You can look up GrooveBlog. We've done extensive video demos on it. We're going to be having an automated webinar that does a full demo. But what we wanted to show you was basically just a couple of new things that are new here. Let me just see here. VJ says, is this email builder web images downloadable using as a PDF? Is the email builder web images downloadable? I'm not sure what that means, but it does send excellent emails, but it's not something, I'm not sure if you're asking if you can attach a PDF, but you can do attachments and things like that. Right, David? You can send an attachment, right? We have that. That's automatically built in.
So in the email builder, it is not. It is not in the email builder. Email builder is literally just the HTML, CSS of the emails that is sending out. I don't think we can send attachments in GrooveMail yet, but that's one of the
We don't
features
have
that
that?
is on the roadmap. No.
It's not
Okay.
common
Yeah.
to have attachments in bulk email. It's more common to include
Okay.
a link to download them than to attach the attachment. So it's just not something that's generally part of a bulk email service.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah. What? Yeah. Why
And
don't
if
you give
he's
a link?
Yeah, and if he's asking if you can then print your email as a PDF, if you want to attach it as PDF or use it, you could always send a test email to yourself and then print that as a PDF so you can have a PDF of your email.
Got it. Yeah. All right.
I also am not
All right,
sure.
David. Yeah. All right, David. So let's see here. I'm going to pull up a blog that I know that we did for, I believe, Groove Superhero or Let's Groove. I think that was one that goes to letsgroove.ai. So let's see. When we go to here, this is at blog.letsgroove.ai. So let's just see if that's still live. Because it was a demo. Yeah, that's still here. All right. So what we did is we this is a blog that we did a few months back when we did a demo. And David, you said there's some new things that we want to show. So I'm going to have you drive us here.
Yes, sure. So there were just two small improvements today to GrooveBlog, and that is when you go into the posts. So if you open the posts, and then you go into edit one of the posts, then the request was to show the post settings immediately out there. So without the need to click on the cogwheel on the top, we now show the post settings. So if you want to kind of open a post, set it up, and then start typing, then you can do that without actually that necessary extra click.
Yeah, I felt that while you're designing your blog here, you might just hit publish and not even know that there's a ton of things that you needed to do here. So you're going to notice now when I refresh this, I had asked that the post setting table was opened up so that you realize there's two different things that you need to do. You need to write your blog post, right? But at the same time, you also need to know that you should add a featured image, a post slug, and so on and so forth. Now, David, yeah. I know we have so many different things. I don't even know if this is still on there. One of the things that I wanted to do was actually make the post more of a wizard with navigation, that you had something that said like steps that said, do your featured image, do the publish date, do the slug, kind of like we do in GrooveMail. So you do the content. What do you think at this time having this like this? Which way do you think is better?
So for the moment, every blog platform that I worked with, they do something similar to this one. They show the sidebar. I think we could go the route of a wizard, but I think that it could be extra unnecessary steps, like wizard way. So
wizard slows things down.
Yes,
it definitely slows things down. So basically what I would like to do is at least have something. Maybe we talk to Tomas that we have like when they click the save button or something, that there's something that warns them that they didn't do their meta tags, or I'll tell you what, like Kartra pages, when we used to do Kartra pages, there used to be a checklist here at the bottom, right? And you would checklist that you and then it would put a line through it. It would tell you that you did your featured image, you name the slug, and all those different things. So somehow I would like them to know that some things are incomplete. I just think, I think you can have a little thought on it. That's the wizard is good, but it definitely slows down the process because you have to hit save and next seven different times. But I do think that it would be good that we have, you know what we can do? we can have like a little checklist that's over here, right? That has something like this. Right, and it's just showing the different things that they haven't done yet. So maybe it doesn't have to be a wizard, but you follow what I mean? I think it might be good that they get a checkbox for featured image. They get a checkbox that they've done their SEO correctly, that they've added their keywords, and et cetera, et cetera. And then so maybe
there's an idea to create an SEO menu like what we had in the GroovePages 2.0 to actually check for headings, check for the different content, check for links, check for characters in the blog posts and things like that, to also check the alt tags for the images and all sorts of different things. And that could be part of the wizard as well. So maybe the SEO menu wizard, or this kind of suggestions, would be all in one. It would kind of show if it is optimized for SEO or not optimized, and then it would have recommendations on what to do.
Yeah, I got another idea as well. Tell me what you think of this. I'm going to delete this right here. Delete. Right? And what if we took this? Well, I have to flatten everything. Bear with me. And we had it like this, right? So it's not, we don't have to put a navigation wizard up at the top, right? And we just had, so I'm just going to do this just so that this all makes sense here. We have it like this, right? So here's the different things that you need to do. And so right here, you would see SEO, featured image, published date, right? So it doesn't have to be a wizard. And then you'll see that you need to put a checkbox all the way down these different things. And then when you click on this, then what would happen is you get a little pop-up modal that shows up. Let me get something that'll be, strap a shadow here and change the color to a little gray. So I now click on featured image, and a little pop-up shows up, and I do featured image, and I hit save, and then I get a green checkbox. I do click on SEO, a little SEO panel opens up, and I do my SEO, I do my meta tags, my publish date, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Just an idea. I think something like that might be good, so that they see step 1, step 2, step 3. They've got content, and now you do all the proper things to get good SEO. I'll drop that into the Skype.
Sure.
And like you said, even the SEO thing could be the leader, and then you pop up and you get all of that SEO stuff that you were talking about in GroovePages, et cetera. All right. So that was one tiny little thing that we added, was that we've now made the, let me just get this sized up properly. We got the side panel here. Anything else that was new in GroovePages?
Yeah, so if you scroll down the last option in the sidebar menu, there is a custom code. We received requests to actually improve the custom code so that the custom code acts as an any kind of embed for the post sidebar. So in case you put in here.
Hold on 1 second, David. Do you need?
Yeah.
Can I print something? I wasn't sure.
Yeah, you can print something and walk through. That's fine. My wife needs the printers. Sorry, David. Go ahead.
No worries. So the custom code acts when you want to put in some analytics codes and Facebook pixels and things like that. What we did is we improved it so it also loads in embedded stuff as well. If you put in like an ad, or if you put in something, it will actually show it and embed it into the sidebar of that particular post. So it says there, please note, in order to embed some code to the post sidebar, please add the code with proper tags for scripts and CSS. So it would need to all go in that custom code section, but it is now updated, improved, so it actually puts in ads in the post as well. So you can put in basically specific ads on a specific post.
Okay, and so with that said, that will be, David, probably only available for paid users as well.
Yes, yeah.
You
So
you
this
wanna
is
be
not
clear.
going to be available for free users in the future. This is going to be kind of an advanced feature for our paid members.
Okay. And one of the things, David, that I know, I'll just hit the exit button here. I know that when we created this, we didn't have this feature, but we can now actually move the domain to /blog, which is better for SEO. And as you can see, I have it I have it right now at blog.letsgroove.com or letsgroove.ai. But we can now move that to /blog, right?
Yeah.
Which means that I can have to select the subdomain, the root, and just hit save.
Yes.
And now when I go to Let's Groove, this should no longer be live.
Yep.
And if we now go /blog, because now it's on the same subdomain, it's better for SEO. All right. Now, the only thing is I'm going to change it back. You may wonder why I'm doing that. And that's because I have a demo of this in the automated webinar that when I say go to blog.letsgroove.ai, it needs to, I don't want to break what we had previously. So if I hit refresh, it's back there. Yeah. But the bottom line is we would recommend not using a subdomain like I'm doing here to actually publish it in the subdomain. So the next thing I'm going to do here, David, is I'm just curious if I click the home button and I see Groove.cm, I'm going to open this and I'm just curious. Are we creating our own blog?
Yes.
At Groove.cm/blog.
Yes.
And I'm probably going to ask Donna about this. Donna, are we killing the Groove digital blog and just making a Groove.cm blog? Fingers crossed that that's the answer.
All we have is a Groove.cm blog. That is
So,
our blog.
So we got rid of, didn't it used to be groovedigital.com
It used to be at
/blog?
groovefunnels.com /blog. So
Oh,
when we maintained it there for a little while until we moved it to groove.cm. So now groove.cm /blog is our only blog.
So we actually moved it.
Yeah.
All right. And is the other one up there or we decided to kill it?
Might still be there because of, because
SEO.
SEO is still there, but we're not updating it anymore.
Yeah. Okay. And just a question on here, just for me and you, has this content been moved to here, or are we going to, or we just decided to split, leave the old stuff there, and start this as a new blog?
It is a back-burnered plan to spin the content so we don't have duplicate content issues and repost it there, but definitely back-burnered.
Okay. That is, yeah, that's good. Yeah, I basically, folks, just so you know what we're talking about internally is we're a company that's called GrooveDigital.com, and the app used to be called GrooveApps.com. If some of you remember, that was the name of Groove when we first started. It was GrooveApps.com, and then after GrooveApps.com, we changed the name of the company to Groove Funnels. Many people still refer to us as Groove Funnels. I have people that talk to me all the time say, yeah, I got to move to Groove Funnels, which was a good name. But we decided to make Groove Funnels just one of the apps inside Groove. Just so you know, many times I would talk to people and they would say, Mike, look, I love Groove Funnels. I think it's probably better than ClickFunnels, but I've got a lot of stuff on ClickFunnels and it's just a little stuff to move. Why would I want to move to, to Groove Funnels if I'm ready using that? I'm like, well, nobody says that you can't use GrooveFunnels with ClickFunnels, and their head exploded. And I was like, well, GrooveFunnels is more than just funnels. You can sell your products, and you can do your email marketing, your automation, your membership. And if you like ClickFunnels, go ahead and use that, and then use us instead of the Kajabi and Active Campaign. And they're like, oh, I didn't know you did all that. I thought you were like ClickFunnels. So we decided we didn't want to be pigeonholed as only a funnel builder. So we changed the name of the company to Groove. And we went with Groove.cm. .cm because customers matter, because we wanted the name of the company to just be Groove. We didn't want it to call it Groove, but then you had to go to getgroove.com or just groove.com. So it's Groove.cm. And as we did that, we already had legacy things like Groove Digital Academy and groovefunnels.com/blog. And what we've realized over time is that we want to consolidate everything to just Groove.cm and start putting everything in some version of Groove.cm/blogs, the education, all these different things. And obviously that's what happens with a growing company. But I didn't know that we had a Groove.cm blog. I can see that who's writing the GrooveGrowth? Is that us, or is this all Ridgely?
Those are from Ridgely. He provides us with the content, and when there's a video, we get it transcribed to be able to make a blog post out of it.
Oh, that's awesome. And I know he also has some other ideas to do with our YouTube channel to create a GrooveGrowth category. So what I can see that we need to do, because we've just got so much going on here, is we're going to need to bring back our content team in the coming months.
Well, that's exactly it. We don't have a writer right now to provide any balance there, so it's getting overtaken by GrooveGrowth at the moment.
Yes, yeah, it looks like it's being spammed by GrooveGrowth, but it's okay. There's content, but yeah, we're going to start getting our own content team. And by the way, Donna, we saw all that great new stuff. Did you ever get the thing from Matthew Stafford on the 4-step process? Did he email that to you?
I don't think so. I'll check my email and look for it.
Yeah, I do believe that
while I was sick and I missed it.
Yeah, it was when you were sick. Yeah, I think he sent it to both of us, and so we're going to be able to start getting our SEO done. Maybe that's a strategy we'll teach one day. All right, so and as you notice here, we're at Groove.cm/blog. We're probably going to link to that at the footer of Groove.cm as well. And yeah, that is our we're eating our own dog food. We used to be on WordPress, and now we have this beautiful blog with Groove that we're using our own. So just so you know, we use GrooveKart for groovegear.com. We use GroovePages for our funnels, our brand websites, everything. Our webinars we're using GrooveWebinar automated. We sell our products. We do upsells, bumps, cross sells, and our affiliate program, our butterfly marketing with Groove. We use it with the email, with the new email builder. We have all of our courses now on GrooveMember. Wait till we talk about GrooveVideo, some of the stuff that you can do with GrooveVideo, which is really, really cool. And we use it for all of our automation. We use the Groove Proof. Like I said, our blog on there, and that's it. And every day I log into the mobile app to check our stats. Now, David, I don't know if you see about 5 up. I don't know if that's been deleted, but only admin sees it. Somebody posted some naked fun adult site. If we could delete that. Do you see that there?
That was removed, yeah.
Oh, okay. So it just shows with me, put user in timeout. So I'm going to block the user as well.
We did already, Mike. You can just continue on GrooveBlog.
Yeah, okay, great. There's always the spammers, right? What kind of life do they think that they could have? It's like, ooh, there's a live stream. Let me go. Like, as if people can't find porn on their own. Unfriggin' believable. Anyway, anything else, David, that we were going to do on GrooveBlog that we were going to share?
So I just wanted to point to some of the questions that I know people are asking all the time, and people are wanting to know what's coming for GrooveBlog. So some of the things, some of the
and David, I'm gonna go on mute for a minute. I'm gonna do a 2-minute bio break, and I'll be right back.
Yeah. So we have slowed down the process of development couple of months back because we were working on a functionality that is currently being tested and reviewed by the lead devs. The GrooveBlog team that developed this platform that you see on the screen was working on a functionality that's called team members. So team members is coming to Groove, which will allow you to actually go in and have team members on your account. So they will need to log in with their own stuff, with their own username or email and password. They log in, but then you will decide what you want to give them access to. The team member functionalities, as I mentioned, developed specifically for GrooveBlog at this moment. It is passing the review. Once it's done, then we are going to be adding it to other apps. This is now kind of on the side, waiting for the lead devs to review it. In the meantime, currently, and most probably by early next week, we'll have a big update for GrooveBlog, which is a huge speed improvement. Currently, when you click on a blog post, what loads first is there is a gray bar at the top of the screen that it has to load first, and then only the content loads. And this shows every time you refresh the page. So we had to take our developers and sit them down and tell them, okay, now we are going to open up the box called GrooveBlog. We are going to take out all of the stuff and restart the actual publishing and previewing process that the users see, so that it loads quickly and it loads fast and there is no gray bar at the top. So all of the stuff that is relevant to the publishing and the loading of a blog post was completely redone from scratch. And this was worked on for a couple of weeks back. Now we're coming to the end of this development. After testing, it's going to go live, but now we will have super fast blogs after this update goes live. So that's the next thing that goes live. After that, we are going to be working on some improvements in terms of functionality. For example, one of the things that you cannot do currently, which is pretty significant, is adding authors. Like, you cannot show like automatically the author of this blog post was, I don't know, Mike Filsame or Donna Fox or somebody else. We'll be adding in another option to the sidebar that you see there above the settings, most probably, where you're going to be putting in the name of the blog of the author, the image of the author, a description, and all these types of things, maybe social media links, so that when somebody posts or blog posts with that one, you can select an author and that will automatically show, which is something that is normal for other platforms, but we just don't have it yet. So this is one of the other things that is coming live. And also we are going to be working on new templates. Templates need to be coded, and in order to have the new templates that we design, we have to just have a couple of extra features that aren't available yet. And then once we have the authors and a couple more extra improvements and features, we are going to be working on the templates. So that's the kind of the update on what's coming to GrooveBlog.
Thank you so much, David.
Yeah.
The fact that we're coming out with new blog templates gets me so excited.
Yeah.
And I know that what we've learned with GrooveMember, with Groove Forums, with GrooveKart, that there are two things that you can have. One is a template and the other is a theme, right? So the template, what is a template? It's the way things are structured. Something at the top, two things on the side, underneath, and something on the right. Or another template has a whole new configuration of way the content is. A massive header, smaller fonts and things like that. And then a theme is preset customizations, where the color theme is black and yellow, or as you can see in GrooveGrowth, more of a green and black and white. So what we're going to be doing is releasing templates with 3 to 4 different themes, and then you could customize your own theme. And one of the things that you're going to be seeing not only in GrooveBlog, but also in GrooveMember is that David and I are going to be showing you, I think, on Monday, I believe it is. Is it Monday? Yes. Monday, new GrooveMember templates. Right now, you have a GrooveMember template, which I happen to love. And then you've got a light theme and a dark theme. And then you could customize it with your own custom theme. Well, we have a whole new thing that with a click of a button, click of a button, you can make your entire theme look completely different. And our goal is to have what you see in Thinkific and Teachable, in LinkedIn Learning, which used to be lynda.com, Digital Marketer, Kajabi, different templates where you can say, hey, I like the way it looks over here at Digital Marketer. Okay, great. You click, and nothing has to get done anywhere else. It just rearranges your content. You know what that is like, right? That was like what you do with WordPress. WordPress has content, and then you install a theme, and it puts all the content in different places. And then, as we said, we're going to have light themes, dark themes, different themes, and then the ability for you to customize everything. We've actually reworked GrooveKart to work like that too. You can now have themes and templates and themes as well with GrooveKart. A lot of changes went live in GrooveKart. It's faster. It's just something very, very exciting that you want to be using. So we're going to be wrapping up here, but I want to let you know something, folks. We were crazy to do Groove, and I'm so glad we did it. But David, and I see Donna and Simone, you guys don't have to join, but I'm just seeing us as our little party, and all of you that I'm talking to and the rest of the team members that are listening as well. Could you imagine if we were starting over from scratch? One of us would talk us out of doing this project.
That question alone just exhausted me. Like, as soon as you said it, I had this wave of exhaustion come over just thinking about starting it again from scratch. Yeah.
We were crazy to do this.
Yep.
We were crazy to do Groove. We just were. It's an impossible project that was only tasked for this team. And Donna, I'm gonna leave you with this crazy thing that John Cornetta said to me when I wanted to go from 10 developers to 20 to 25 to 30 to 40 to 50 plus at 1.70 developers. And he looked at like how much that was costing us and how much that was taking away from the profits. And when you have less profits, it's less money that, you know, you make as founders. And he said, but we're only going to need this for about 6 months until all the apps were done. And folks, I think you can understand that will never be done with this. Look at a company like Trello. I'm going to just make this up out of my head here, right? But Trello's got to be, some type of unicorn. Let's say they're worth $1 billion. Anybody could argue that? They could be worth more, worth less. Let's just say that. And when they have that kind of money, they probably have a staff of like 300 developers. I often ask myself, what the hell are they 300 people working on over there that, like, I haven't seen anything new in Trello in a year. Obviously there's new things, but the bottom line is, we just envision what it would be like to have 250 or 300 developers. Nothing gets myself and Donna and David Lemon and our team more excited about having 30 people on each team, right? That would be fantastic. We have enough ideas for GrooveKart, for GroovePages, for GrooveFunnels, for GrooveSell, for GrooveMember, for GrooveBlog that are going to take the industry to a whole nother level. It's almost painful. Dare I say, I don't want to say depressing, but I will tell you deflating. It is deflating for us to know how much work there still is to be done for what we envision this project. And give it 2 years, and then we'll still have another 5 years worth of work. And in 2 years, you'll have everything you could have ever imagined. But as we said to you, we've decided to stop focusing this way and putting out all of these different projects that are giving you these half-baked GrooveMember 1.0s that we have to go back and rethink it, doing it right. And everything that we're doing is meant to be done right. We could stop GrooveBlog. I'll call out, different companies if I have to. You look at something like a Builderall. that calls themselves an all-in-one solution. This is what I say. You show me one person using Builderall that's making over $10,000 a month. Call me. Show me that you're making $10,000 a month using only Builderall, and I'll hand you $10,000 cash. My point is, there are some things that can just call themselves an all-in-one platform. They would put out their version of their blog platform. They check the box after 30 days, and it's never improved. This is what we're trying to transition to is a true Silicon Valley style company. We've got some things that we're doing in the company that we are thinking about raising money. We're always going to maintain control of the company, that I can promise you. Nobody would ever have more than 49%, and we're going to control the board seats. And as individual members, we would form our own company called Groove Corp that would own 51%. But to do that, we envision raising $100 million, $125 million in this calendar year. Those talks are on the table, and if not, then next year. Or we'll just make so much money that the funding won't be necessary. Thank God that we've announced this new offer, and we can put our advertising back in place, get our affiliate program kicked up again. Because, like I said, our competition, they're a marketing company that wants to help you with your technology. We are a technology company that wants to help you with your marketing. We live and breathe this software, and we know what it can do now, and we know what it's going to do in the future. And as Donna just said, the thought about what we've created is exhausting. I cannot believe that we got here. The amount that it took, and the wonderful team that we have to be able to get to where we are today, literally, I cannot believe that we got here. And I know that we're over the top of the mountain at this point. The core apps are done, but improving them, if you want to know what we're doing in the GrooveMember, having gamification, the automations, the list that goes on and on, things that we're going to do with Integrately, Pabbly, many different companies, the amount of conversations that are on the table with people that we're integrating with, it's exhausting, folks. It is exhausting. We got a team that works very hard, and they get exhausted putting all this into place. Donna, were you going to say something?
Yeah, I want to add that, like, in addition to bringing the platform to you guys and doing our work on GroovePages, on GrooveBlog, we're also developing the internal Groove system as well. So, like, when you ask a question, how do I see inside my app how many contacts I have? That's us not putting shoes on our own, like we're the shoemaker not putting shoes on our own children because we're so busy making shoes for other people. That's an example of that, where there are things that would make our lives so much easier that get put on the back burner because we're working on getting the best software we can out to our customers.
Thank you, Donna. Yeah, and so, folks, we could just go on forever. We're going to wrap this up, but as we said, we have these different things like team members, an agency model, Groove pop-ups, Groove ads. We spoke about that in the Groove-A-Thon, in the Groove State of the Groovian, and we're going to be talking more about that this week. What is the purpose of a Groove-A-Thon? The purpose of a Groove-A-Thon, ladies and gentlemen, is for us to engage with you. Sometimes we will do major Groove-A-Thons that coincide with a launch, and we'll do 8-hour days for 14 days straight. Sometimes we're going to get in, spend a few hours, talk to you about some updates. And I would say this Groove-A-Thon is more of an extended State of the Groovian. It's like we did that 2 weeks ago, and now we're just deep diving. We're not going to show you how to build a full blog, or we're not going to, maybe on Monday, we will show you how to build a full membership from scratch. GrooveVideo, we may show you just some of the cool new things. We've got to show you GrooveWebinar automated, how we're going to be using it. But look, if you owned a company just like EverWebinar or just like Webinar Jam, you could do 3 days on all of the features of an automated webinar platform. So this is to just get us out there, get you engaged, answer some of your questions, have some fun with the members. Thank you guys for coming on and letting you know that we haven't stopped. We definitely keep everything under a bubble. We know how much when you bite off, you know, sometimes as they say, you bite off more than you can chew. We've been in business for 20 years, so we know what scope is and what scope creep is and how to put things in. We have internal systems to score what's important for the user, what's important for Groove, and what is the impact on the platform, what is the impact on our company and our profits and all of those different things. And we know how to build a software platform. But this is a journey that we're going to be on with you guys for many, many years. We are, when you just think about the fact that we're going into Groove Latin America, we're going into Asia, and we're going into Brazil at the same time. We have some strategic talks that we're talking with our friends over at JVZoo, strategic talks that we're talking with our friends over at ClickBank. We have strategic talks that we're talking with Digital Marketer. And when I say talks, these are talks that are say, hey, let's have a conversation. Let's see how these companies can work together. Where that's going to go, we're going to see. But these are big, big opportunities for Groove. But we're there for you. And we love that you guys show up for us. We appreciate, you know, that we're working hard and that we wake up every day, and that and one of the reasons we do these Groove-A-Thons is to show you that things are working, and we're thinking, and we're listening to your feedback. And as we said, we know that this is a battle of Coke and Pepsi, or Microsoft and Apple, and we're Apple, by the way. And we know that there's other competitors that no matter how good Groove is, the other competitors will always be there because of, you know, different types of loyalty and cult of personalities and excellent branding that they've done. But our job is to serve you, and that's it. You've made your commitment to us, and we appreciate that. So we're going to see you tomorrow at no exact time. I have to do a presentation for Kane Minkus and his group, which I've had on my calendar for about 4 or 5 months now. That starts at 11. We'll probably end sometime around 1. Then I'm going to want to eat. So figure about 1:30 to 2 p.m. We're going to go live tomorrow. David, between you and me, I'd like to flip up tomorrow with either Friday and Wednesday, meaning I'd rather do GrooveMail or GrooveMember tomorrow. GrooveSell is an exhausting day for me, and coming out of a 2-hour thing where my energy is going to be even higher, I'm probably gonna have lower energy to do something like GrooveSell. So I'd like to move GrooveSell maybe to Friday or Monday, and if so, we'll probably do something like GrooveMail, Builder, Groove pop-ups, and Groove ads tomorrow, if that sounds good.
We can do that. Yeah.
All right, everybody. David, if you're ready, you could play the outro unless there was anything else that we needed to explore. Take care, everybody. We'll see you.